Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Wizards and Wardrobes. Fresh from the asylum, our players are feeling well rested and great, right everyone? But before we go round and say hi to everyone, let's get through our usual announcements at the beginning of the show. Social links, guys, Discord, Twitter and YouTube. Discord if you want an inclusive, safe, fun place to come in and talk about D&D and other things. Twitter, send me a DM on Twitter and I'll get you into a game. I'm currently going to be looking for people through the Christmas period and also for the January season. And YouTube, you can catch up on this and all the other shows. So check those out. Scrat has a green screen again. He does. Scrat couldn't find the things that he lost in the move, so he bought new. What else have we got? Yeah, we're full-time, so thank you very much for your support. Here is our Patreon link. You can head over and support us there as well. There's some free articles there as well as exclusive content for Patreons, and there's another article coming out in about 4 days' time, so check out that. We also have merch as well, if you want to get that lovely little logo in your life. Maladale coming in early. We're going to start the day by giving literally everyone 2 advantages. Hang on, what? 12. Oh, I can't maths this early. Oh, literally everyone, even those who aren't here. Got it. Got it. Thank you very much. Thank you for your donation. What else have we got? We've also... Oh yeah, our donation goal. Thank you so much. We're making progress on our donation goal. I haven't updated my days to go thing, because that should say 10 days and it says 11. I am a professional. I'll update that as we go. But yeah, we've got 10 days left on our clock, and we're just under halfway of our goal. So you know, we're doing very well, indeed. Thank you everyone for your support. And Nat 20 for the Steam boss. Nat 20 to save. I'm guessing that's Dave. That must be a Dave misprint, I reckon. You got in there. So if you've just lost the stream boss, that means Mal, you now have the stream boss. So you have a free Nat 1 on Nat 20 to gift, and also a free £10 donation. So please take advantage of that. Where was I? I was about to talk about our sponsors. That's what I was about to do. Bird and the Storm Publishing, their t-shirts and their mugs, all the proceeds go to charity. So please do go and check them out. They'll be creating content for us in the new year. And in addition to this, we also have Mage Hand Press, who run a D&D 5e space reskin called Dark Matter. And if that sounds like your cup of tea, check out the free review and the pre-order material in those chats. In that chat message there. Vecna, the stream boss thing will still count. The stream boss thing will still count. There is Dave's Nat 20 going on now. Tweet. Guys, every 10 retweets we get a Wild Magic Surge. Let's go and check that out, because we're probably very close to 10. We are on 9, so we only need one more retweet and we will be getting a Wild Magic Surge.
Alright, one tiny thing in Zoom chat.
One tiny thing in Zoom chat. Sure, why not? Let's do it live. Let's go and find the giveaways thing. Looks like we'll be doing another giveaway of 2 little books of Dave this week. Now, last week it 100% didn't work because it would allow anyone who had typed in chat to do it, which was a bit of annoying. A mild myth. We'll call it a mild myth. So today we're going to use a keyword.
Fire baby.
Fire baby. Love it. Keyword fire baby. So anyone who puts the word fire baby in chat, much like that, has a chance to win a little book of hype or the little book of Dave. Cool. 2 eligible users. Perfect. Great. So, what am I doing here? What am I doing? I've done the tweet, we've done everything, so let's go around and say hello to the players. That's what I'm doing. So we will start with the wonderful Dave, who created the little book of Dave.
It's me.
It's me.
I I'm at Frost from Fire on the Twitters, and I play Dave, the wild magic Kenku sorceress. Dave the Divine, follower of Alice, Dawn over the water, who just escaped the asylum with her friends and a sickly ogre, from what I remember, and an egg that apparently contains a firebird baby. This is what we've been told. Whether that's true or not, we don't know. And yeah, I will be making the Little Book of Dave, which is going to contain all of Dave's wonderful phrases from both seasons as I've used them within the game, and it will be shipped out in December. So if you win that December, it will be sent out. But that's me. That's what I'm doing, and I'm very excited for this week.
Fantastic, fantastic. And thank you, Mal, who donates using his Stream Boss privileges a Nat 20 to Rachel and a good things for Tahina.
Thank you.
Which is why I'm getting so confused, because I'm looking at my book looking for the word Tahina, and what I really want is the word Fauja. There we go. That makes more sense. Cool. So, next round we have Tahina. Tahina and Ale.
Hi everyone, I'm Tahina, and I play Faja Flamemane, the daughter of the desert, Fire Genasi druid of the land. Desert, of course.
Thank you. And last but most certainly not least, we have Talinia or Rachel. Oh, hi.
Hey! Yes, I am Rachel, and I am playing Taziel, the Asimar warlock. And once again, my brother is not here, and it's very sad.
Yeah. Yeah. So last week, we got to the asylum. We saved the Archfey, or one of the Archfeyers. There seems to be several of them. And made the way to the exit where we all went Star Wars-y Doctor Who, right? And you were being transported back through the timey-wimey tunnel, right? That's where we left off, right? So, as you are going through this portal, it seems to take longer than normal. You realise
I've been through this portal a couple of times now.
And you can. This time it seems as though you can talk, you can converse, you can see each other. You're just sort of like floating.
While we are in this vortex?
Yeah, it's a bit strange. It's a bit like an early '80s thing where they'd green screen everything and like the tunnel would be going, but you could all walk around normally. That's what it's like. You can walk around, but everything's moving around you.
It's so timey-wimey and wibbly-wobbly.
Every time I think it can't get stranger, it does get stranger. I say, holding the bucket with the fire baby egg.
I mean, maybe it's because we're heading back towards the Feywild? I don't know.
No. Dave can confirm this is not what that is like.
Okay.
Yes, you have made that transit before, right?
Yes.
Do you think we went the wrong way or something? Are we lost?
Dave is gonna quickly check on the ogre in the bed that she's pushing. Does it feel like she has to kind of somehow keep generating momentum, or does it just feel like whether I'm actually pushing or not, we're still gonna keep going?
It just seems to keep going. There's no issues.
And my ogre buddy looks okay
Yeah, he looks okay.
with his beep beep tree.
He's sort of like looking ahead at all of this space timey-wimey stuff like it's the first time he's ever seen it.
Casual.
I think having checked on the ogre and kind of glanced back to see Fauja, and obviously us all coming through, is everyone else definitely with us at the moment?
Interesting you should mention that. As you look back towards Rapture and Redleaf, you see them both begin floating off of the floor. Sort of like the superhero gaining powers float.
I would probably try and grab Rapture's hand. Look, we just got you back. Where do you think you're going?
He merely turns to you and says, "My people need me." And your hand passes right through his as he suddenly jettisons up out of the platform and into the timey-wimey space, along with Redleaf.
I've seen this before.
Dave is Redleaf in like a Gust imitation. That's the only time she's had his name like repetitively.
You guys, you think what I think? Forjas is holding the egg down so it can't float out of the bucket because he's deadly afraid of that happening. What we need is manacles or something like that, so we can all shackle each other so we can't lose any one of our numbers anymore, because this is just dangerous.
I haven't got any manacles, but should we just grab onto each other for now?
That's a good idea.
Hold you both.
Yeah.
Dave is like got one hand on this bed with the giant ogre in, because that's gotta be weighty. That's gonna hold her down. And then the wing reaches out to either Falja or Teziel, whichever.
Grab your hand.
Cool.
So we are going weird buddy system through the timey wimey.
Got our buddy system on the go. Sorry, I'm just checking to see if I even have any spells that are gonna help.
I mean, I have a spell that definitely won't help.
Ooh, I have an idea. I could create some form of entanglement or thorn whip, but not to hurt anyone, but just to lash each other. Could I do that?
Yeah, sure.
Makes sense.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Oh, I'm holding onto Iris so the little snake doesn't just start floating off as well.
I'm going to wrap us with this this is this wine, something that looks like it has survived in the desert for decades. So it's really stringy and tough and hard, and it's wrapping around us, and yeah.
Perfect.
We're this entangled little bunch.
Well, this is cozy.
Is that a sinking feeling in your stomach? Like, you know, like when you go over a hill and your stomach starts...
Uh-oh!
Feels like you're moving down rapidly.
Oh god.
Uh-oh!
If we begin to accelerate at a rate that seems like it would be lethal, Dave actually has 2 level 3 spell slots left and 1 level 1 spell slot left, so I could feather fall all 3 of us, but I could not feather fall anyone else. So that would be like, I would be preparing, but obviously that would be 3 reactions, so it's going to take me a bit of time. But the second we start hitting like that momentum where I'm thinking, this isn't going to be good if we collide with the ground now, Dave's going to just start doing as hard as she can, trying to blast off what magic she has to keep us from going splat.
So that, like, the tension builds and builds. Like, you're experienced with falling, but you don't have any frame of reference because your world is not moving in the same way that you feel.
With falling.
Yeah. But just when you're getting to that point when you think, no, I'm going to have to pop Featherfall, in a jarring turn of events, everything that's moving around you suddenly stops and changes to the pub, the Fey Patron. And the 3 of you are all, like, you have that elevator that stops too quickly feeling.
Oh.
Huh. Wait a second, this is my pub. Is it... I mean, what's it like? Is it in a decent state?
There are a couple of letters in the door. And the pub itself, the tree looks healthy, though blackened at the edges. It looks as though this burn was good for it. It looks like a lot of the old fungus and stuff that grew on the tree that you were very familiar with has been burned away, and you only have a lot of healthy tree left.
Wow, nice exfoliation there, mate. I'm impressed. Can I get you to anything? Maybe a cup of tea will help after that descent.
I'm still holding onto the thorn whip. So like,
you can probably let go now.
Are you sure?
I think so. I mean, this is my pub. It's usually pretty safe.
I don't know. Okay.
You'll feel better once you've had a cup of tea, I promise.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm going to let go of the spell. But just to be safe, I hold the bucket with one arm and I try to hug Dave to me with the other. Because you can't know, right?
And Dave is gonna just kind of squeeze Valja's hand and say, "Be among us and be free."
You think we're safe now?
Yes.
Okay. How are you feeling?
Skedaddle, skedoodle, your sword is a noodle.
That okay. Can I do anything to help?
And she's just kind of looking in and she's thinking, like, we should have been in the Feywild. This isn't where we were meant to be ending up. And she's looking really closely at everything. And she's trying to figure out if this is some real elaborate illusion or something.
Ooh. I mean, it could be a prank, right?
See, as she squints and she's looking for those arcane telltales that she would recognize for her own magic, that sort of thing. How is the world looking? Would you like an investigation or perception or something?
Yes, indeed.
Let's go with, I think, perception, because she's really just like looking, take in the scope, looking for anything that might be out of place, and then if there is something, that's what she's gonna really like nail in on and pick it. And that one
Yeah.
looks like a pub.
Yeah, on the nat 1, it looks kind of like a pub. This could be the Feywild, it could not. There is a tree. These runes everywhere, which look a lot like the ones Rapture put about the place. They could be. They look particularly elven. You know. It's difficult
Dave
to
is
tell.
gonna do the one true test to find out if something is what it's claiming to be, and she's gonna walk the few steps towards the tree and lick it. Very few things get the taste right.
It tastes like tree. Slightly burnt around the edges. Bit charcoaly.
She kind of turns back to Falja and shrugs. Tastes like a tree.
So, seems real, right?
Yes.
And the Archfey is with us, or?
Yeah, did our ogre buddy make it?
The ogre buddy is in the pub with you, yes, but the archfey
Okay.
himself is not.
I'd probably come back out with some tea, like, shortly afterwards.
So 4.5 made it. And we lost 3. I mean, could have been worse, I guess.
Could have been a lot worse. We could have ended up anywhere.
I mean, I like to think that my brother is with the Archfey, and it makes sense if Redleaf is with the Archfey. After all, you know, parents and all that. I can only imagine that's where, at least I hope that's where Rapture is as well. I forgot we brought the ogre with us. I'm not sure I have a room big enough for them.
Well, the whole bed is currently in your bar.
And the beep beep tree. We brought that too.
Yeah.
Yes, a room meaning an actual residential room. I can't have an ogre in a hospital bed in the middle of my pub.
Why not?
I mean, it gets very rowdy. People could trip over. Drinks could be spilled. It's a whole host of issues.
I bend down to the ogre and I kind of say to his name, "Your tent, your place, as given by me."
I can stay?
Yes.
Maybe not right here, but right? But somewhere?
Oh yes, there are plenty of places, I'm sure, in Waterdeep. Scrat, out of interest, how well are ogres received in Waterdeep?
Probably not the best.
Ah, right. I don't suppose either of you have any disguise spells.
Dave does, but not that works on other people. Dave is gonna, hearing this, actually use minor illusion and conjure a party hat on top of the ogre's head.
Right. Well, it's a good thing the pub isn't open right now.
I
And
mean,
then-
maybe if he feels better, he would be a good someone who takes care of people. I mean, look at him. If he feels
That's-
better, he could just pick people up and get them out if you don't like them in here, right?
I mean, that's very true. I mean, magic also works quite well for that. But on the other hand, we have been rather short-staffed lately. I don't know what Rapture would say, but I suppose in the
Around,
interim,
are there
it's...
any doors big enough that I can push this bed through?
Nope.
Nope.
Excuse me, how are you feeling?
I don't feel terrible.
Do you think you can stand?
Would you like some tea?
I've not been able to stand for many a year.
But have you tried?
You remember this is an old elderly ogre, yeah? Who looked
Yeah, I
old.
remember.
Yeah. He sort of looks worried about the whole thing.
Forja doesn't know many old people because the desert is quite harsh. So for us, that's a new concept.
He's kind of an anomaly in himself. You know, most ogres don't make it to old age either. He just looks very unsure.
Maybe more healing magic, right?
Dave is gonna look around for somewhere she could stick the end of the snake into. And if she can't find anything else, she's gonna stab it into that tree.
Well, yeah, I guess you stab it into the tree. I mean, I don't see where else it could
Between
go.
two kind of like bark scales, just like wedge it in there as hard as little Dave can push.
I'm not sure those are compatible.
So she's gonna look at the beep beep machine. Does anything happen?
Unfortunately, the beep beep machine does not do anything. It remains as it was. Unfortunately.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I mean, I still, I mean, I can still, yes, I can do some things. And I sit on the side of the bed with the bucket in my arm, now and then touching the egg with fingers that are licked by fire to keep it warm. And then with my other hand, I touch the ogre and cast Lesser Restoration on him. And then I get out my good berry pouch and I feed him one good berry.
As Faja is administering this nurse care, Dave kind of looks very excited for a second. And I'm going to cast Dragon's Breath using a 3rd level spell slot so that I can do electric. So I can do lightning. And I'm going to Dragon's Breath the end of the beep beep machine snake.
I love it so much.
My little tongue comes out and you just see the static beginning to leap and then it's like...
I mean, yeah, that's gonna work. The beep beep's gonna beep beep. The beep
Tailing and her cheeks are getting like, not that they can get redder and redder, but they're like poofed out and then they're slowly shrinking.
Hang on a minute. Do you have like a damage roll or anything for this spell?
I can do a damage roll for this
Yes,
spell.
please. What is the dice roll before you roll it?
I'm not sure.
Please don't destroy my pub.
It will
Again.
be 46.
Oof, 46. Okay, so that's.
So I'm casting it at 3rd level because I don't have a 2nd level spell slot.
Yeah, so that'd be average of 7, maximum of 18. No, 24.
Technically, it's a 15-foot cone as well.
Average of 14. Sorry, maximum 24. Okay, so less.
So I can do careful spell. I'm spending
Oh.
sorcery points, so I can shape my spell to go around people. I
Yes,
definitely want to direct it to go into the snakehead.
you can use your careful spell to make it only affect the snake head. I'll allow that.
Yeah.
The damage roll, essentially, you have an upper limit. You don't want to get higher than.
I mean, Dave doesn't know about bolts and amps. She just knows it's lightning. She saw that it was lightning when we were in the tree. She knows little lightning, but she doesn't know there's a.
So for the meta, if you get above a 19, bad things could happen.
Alright, so 46. Let's see. I hope not. I don't want to electrocute this guy. 12.
On a 12, the machine goes beep, beep, beep for about 20 seconds.
That was so close to a wild magic surge. Oh, that was so close.
And then as it's going, it sort of like looks a bit maybe overcharged for a second. It looks a bit bright, and then it just, when you run out of dragon's breath, it calms back down again.
So it's kind of like there's a blast, and then there's like a 6-second delay, and then I can do it again. And I do this for like the minute, and I'm trying to like figure out the relationship and if I can somehow like charge this thing to get it to hold my dragon's breath. That's what Dave's just working on. She's just like trial and erroring with her cone. And I'll just say that I spent all my sorcery points, although because I don't know how Careful Spell applies to Dragon's Breath, whether I would have to Careful Spell every time I coned, or whether I would just spend once to be able to shape my spell. So that's up to you. Oh, you're muted, Scrap.
Yeah, I'll just give you the. You can have it on the one. I think it works quite nicely narratively. I don't want to punish you mechanically for a nice narrative thing. Let's see. What do you learn? Essentially, you learn that the machine beeps whenever it has electricity. The more electricity, the more power you put into it, the brighter it gets. If you put in too little, if you only give it a little spit of dragon's breath, hardly anything happens at all. You get the impression that if you put too much power in it, bad things will happen.
Mm-hmm. I think Dave is going to start working on theories about the beep machine because she knows that this was keeping him alive. She doesn't understand the correlation of exactly what it does, but it seems to be keeping him alive because that's what we found out with the Archfey. When the beep machine came undone, the Archfey was in a bad way. Put it back in, and it was working. So that's Dave's logic right now. Beep machine is needed.
Interesting though, the ogre isn't looking pallid or anything. In fact, he looks quite healthy.
Okay, that's good. We did do some healing on him so that we could actually get him away.
Mm-hmm.
And we gave him the antidote or whatever it was, the potion, right? So something was in that plane that was toxic, necrotic, something like that.
Yes, we did remove them from that awful place. Maybe this isn't something that is fixable. It's simply the natural way of things.
I mean, I could... You know what? I'm going to let Dr. Forja take a good look at our new friend.
I think Dave kind of turns to Tazeel and kind of has like a guilty expression and really hopes Tazeel's about to forgive her for the risk that she is currently putting Tazeel's pup at. Knowing that there's experimentation.
Yeah, I am hovering over you at this point, like...
So I had cast, I used the healing spirit on everyone last time, and I think he drank some of the potion. I gave him now a lesser restoration and the rest of my good berries, and now I'm going to take his pulse and feel his, I don't know, how warm he is.
I think we were on about 6 or 7 good berries after last session.
Yeah, I do think so. It were like 6 or 7.
So Falja, a 23 is an excellent medicine check. You give this guy a thorough medical examination. He does not seem particularly ill in the sense of that he seems cured of the ailment which you saw in the Archfey. He seems bright, his eyes are bright, everything's bright and happy. You know, he doesn't have a cough or anything like that. He's not running a temperature. However, you can also tell that this ogre is completely lame. He hasn't been able to use his legs for years, and there's a lot of dystrophy that's gone on down there.
Okay. Well, in that case, what you need, sir, is a way to get around without using your legs, I think.
Yes, I mean, I can help in the short term.
Dave is gonna like
About
slowly
10 minutes,
push the bed for like a second so it goes forward a little bit and then pull it back.
I mean, there might be someone who could make some sort of wheelchair in this city.
A wizard.
Or just, you know, a skilled craftsman. Or we could commission a magic chair, which would be much cooler.
Someone from the guild, maybe.
You know people?
I mean,
Dave,
we know the Glassblowers Guild. We are, and I show her our little badge. We are part of the Glassblowers.
Dave gets her badge out.
Oh, really? I didn't know you were employed in the city limits. That's good to know.
Yes.
But you think that through the Glassblowers Guild, you might be able to find some contacts or an artificer who could create something for this poor fellow?
Yes, that would be nice, right?
Yes.
As you say about this sort of thing, it might occur to some of you to think about the length of time you were away.
Yeah.
Looking at the door, there is an awful lot of post by the door.
Oh, there's a lot of post. Hold on just 1 second. I'm just gonna go check it out.
I think Dave at this point is going to continue like little experiments to try and figure out how we're going to help the Zoga. She's now adopted. This dude is her problem. He's a flock member. He's going to get sorted out by Dave.
My pub.
Dragged him out of there.
And I have to say, Forja does not have a concept of time, really. She never had to go to any appointment or show up anywhere to a certain time beyond the next full moon or something like that.
I will check out the post and try and derive from how much and the dates or whatever, what's written on them, how long we've been away.
There are several letters. Several, that also is many. So, you can see wax seals. You can see the Butcher's Guild seal. You can see the Baker's Guild seal. You can see all 3 of your local breweries' seals. You can also see a letter which has the seal of Samil on it.
I think this is for who's it addressed to?
To Zeal and Rapture.
Okay, I'll have a look at that in a minute.
And then there's a bunch of flyers for different events that are going on in the town. There's also a new corner shop that's opening up, and they're offering you all sorts of deals, 2 coppers for a pint of milk, all that sort of business. With the starry style advertising, new store, can't be beaten on price, that sort of thing. There's also in there a letter asking you to register to vote. And if you haven't done so yet, I recommend everyone does so. And just tons of posts.
Right. I try and find one with the most recent date.
The most recent ones, I suppose, would be on top.
Mm-hmm.
How
long have we been away?
Do you not get papers delivered here to Zeal?
Oh, we don't bother with the local newspaper. It's a rag mag.
That was Rapture. I heard it in my head.
Yeah, just Taziel saying Rapture's line. You could.
Someone's got to, okay?
Right, we don't bother with that here.
Yeah, okay, so on top is probably one of the breweries and the baker's letter.
Right, hold on.
Which one are you opening?
I will look at one of the breweries, because that's always more fun.
Well, the brewery's letter is quite short. It says, to the proprietors of the Fey Patron, no one was here to collect the order on Thursday, and the account has not been settled. We will suspend service until further notice.
Well, it's a good thing no one's here. Thursday. What about the bakers? Similar vein?
Very, very similar.
I'm here. Oh God, sorry.
The breweries are here.
The breweries are coming.
Oh God.
I think in response to like the sound of, I'm gonna imagine, Scrat, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of what we hear. We hear the sound of Relief just being like, I'm here.
What's going on?
Like,
Oh no.
we're in the Fey Patron. Half
Okay.
of the group is missing, but we're just chilling in the Fey Patron with our new ogre.
Whoa, something cool's happened. I now don't exist, but you're Taziel now, Charlie.
I've been upgraded. It's alright. The cameras go a bit crazy when someone.
Sorry, y'all. I had to go to the
Whoop.
polls.
Fixed it. Except Charlie
Did
didn't
the
have
thing,
it.
y'all. Go out and do it. It's important.
Funny, we just mentioned that a moment ago. So, okay, we will work you in very shortly, Redleaf. For now, reading the baker's letter to Zeal, very similar vein. No one was here to collect breakfast rolls or anything like that.
Not the breakfast rolls.
We're going to suspend dinner rolls as well.
Not the dinner rolls. Next will be the sweet rolls.
Just not the wild magic rolls.
I think we've been away for quite some time.
I mean, in the nature of business, you'd know it wouldn't take long for people to start kicking up like this. So you can probably estimate accurately enough that you have been out of town for probably at least 3 days to a week. Long enough for people to start kicking up about deliveries not being collected and that sort of thing.
If Taziel is visibly anxious or like concerned about what she's reading these letters, Dave will kind of come over and check, and then probably hearing the words like peer out the window, as if somehow that's going to tell her how long it's been since she's been in the city. Just kind of.
So the good news is it probably hasn't been longer than a week, so there's that. Oh dear.
As I look outside, what time of day is it? Can I get an impression of that?
It's evening time.
Okay, it's evening time. Up on the roof. As it is evening time and she is back in Waterdeep, Dave is obligated to find the roof.
Yes, and as you would also probably reckon around this sort of time that the pub should be open.
So
it should. How much, I guess, stocks do we have of mostly drink, I suppose?
Funny, without taking any deliveries and without selling any, a lot of it is either spoiled, as there are very strict preservative laws in this city, and or there's not a lot left.
All right. I need some paper, and I need a pen. And I dash up to Raptor's room because I know he has ample supplies of both. I mean, come on.
As Taziel like dashes away, Dave stoops, picks up a letter, and reaches into her pocket and pulls out a pen. And she kind of shrugs and just kind of leaves them on the windowsill. And she's gonna open that front door and she's gonna go outside. She has something she has to do.
I'm part of the flock. I say, remember.
Yes.
And I jump up. We need to do the thing.
Yes.
As Dave and Folger leave the room, Redleaf tumbles into the room from the tree. Redleaf, whilst everyone else was going through the timey-wimey portal, you suddenly began floating, and then you disappeared off, and you ended up sat in front of your father, the Archfey, for a moment.
So, what is this?
Well, I'm sending you back to Waterdeep.
Really? Just like that?
Mm-hmm.
No strings attached? No plans of yours?
There's lots going on in Waterdeep. I fear Blue Tongue has a hand in matters. The wild magic wizard, or whatever it is, needs to be stopped before it disrupts that plane.
Well, that's Feywild business. It's not mine.
It will be yours soon. If the plane is disrupted, there will be no Waterdeep. There will be no Harpers. You have a duty.
So you always said. And remind me, who was the one that tried to keep me home? Keep me from leaving?
We all make mistakes.
So what is this supposed to be? Am I supposed to be all right with you now? Are we supposed to be child and father now? You know?
I doubt it. You always were a difficult child.
You're full of it, you know. You know that.
Guess that just comes with the territory.
I hope things go well for you. I hope you can deal with Blue Tongue on your end.
I should be able to look after my own. I will summon the Council of the Archfey.
Well, from experience, I doubt that.
Well, if we're looking at past experience, this conversation isn't going to go well, and perhaps there was no point in me bringing you here.
How'd you even get caught up in that? You're smarter than that.
There are more than one Archfey these days, Redleaf.
I knew that before I left. Who did that to you? Blue Tongue?
Blue Tongue.
And what did he do? Did he ply you with wine? Did he play some trick that you've done countless times?
You know what, Redleaf? If you're so smart, I'll let you figure it out for yourself. I believe Blue Tongue is in the material plane.
I mean, we just saw him in the Feywild. I don't...
In the trickster court?
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. The clue is in the name.
Fun. I'm glad you're not dead.
Well, that's something at least. I'm glad you're still alive.
So I can handle myself.
I never said you couldn't. I just said it wasn't a good idea to head to the material plane. And you proved me wrong.
How are my sisters?
I'm yet to head back to the Feywild. I haven't seen them since I was in the asylum. When last I saw, they were all healthy.
Alright. I'll see what I can drag up. But I make no promises.
That's fair enough.
And I'll let you know right now, I had my suspicions, but now that I know, if you hurt Taziel or trick her into doing something, I don't care if you are my dad, I will stab you in the throat.
Now, when it all comes down to it, do remember that I did give you fair warning. I'll see you later, Redleaf.
Yeah. I'll see you, Dad.
And the Archfey just sort of like makes a gesture, and you go back into the timey-wimey space, except this time you don't have stable footing and you're sort of tumbling through it. And yeah, you sort of
first.
tumble through the tree and out of the knoll. It's sort of like one of them impossible physics moments where Redleaf appears to Zeal before you from a small knoll in the tree, like it's natural.
Just as that happened, I was like writing some nice cursive text. It goes, fuck! Redleaf!
Oh.
Are you alright? Here, let me help you out.
I'm fine. Ass. God, he's such an ass.
Your father?
Oh. Yeah.
I won't ask what happened. I'm just pleased you're back safe. Did you see Rapture?
No. I just saw my dad. He wanted to talk. I don't.
I see.
Did y'all get back all right?
Yes, Dave and Fauger are safe. Rapture hasn't appeared yet. I thought he might be with you.
No, not with me.
I see. And your father didn't say anything about him?
No, I'm sure he's fine.
I mean, he showed us how he's clearly capable. I'm sure he doesn't need us to come running after him.
I'm sure my dad's being a little bit of a cheek, and Feywild time is always weird, so he might pop in a bit or something. It may take some time.
All right. Well, we've been away from Waterdeep for, anywhere up to a week. I'm just the pub is lacking somewhat. I can make you some tea. That's about it right now. I was just writing a sign to put on the front door, and I showed it says closed for renovations. It'll have to do for now. I mean, there's a bit of a smudge on it now, but that's all right.
Sorry.
Redleaf, you can feel the tinglings of magics, specifically fey magics, from outside the pub.
No, it's a good sign. It's a good sign.
All right. I'm just gonna just stick it on the front door. Really, help yourself to anything you can find in the kitchen if you're hungry or thirsty or anything.
Right, I'll do that. And Riley's gonna start heading upstairs. She's gonna go to the room that she was last in. She's gonna open up the window and start creeping outside, up onto the rooftops.
And can you give us a quick description of Redleaf? Is she still in her summer?
Redleaf is still in his
Yeah.
in this form right now he is a he. He's still got the long curly hair, but it's blonde with a hint of red at the ends. He's still got the star the star scar on his eye. But his skin is kind of this almost reddish tan. And he's a lot taller than he was before. He's about 5'9" now instead of 5'1". High cheekbones, a bit of a beginnings of a beard around his chin, but since he's Fey can't really grow a beard that well. But still wearing the same clothes as before. So
awesome.
And I also pop outside to put the sign on the door.
I want to try to avoid Taziel's notice as I leave.
As you head out the door, Taziel, Dave and Falja are long gone by this point. However, a portal opens up nearby in the street.
No more portals.
And the portal opens, and it rains ale and food onto the street ahead of you. A large amount, enough that you could sell for a week.
Does the ale arrive in barrels, or is it just like rain?
Seeing as Dave and Forja are also outside to climb on top of the roof, do we see that portal open as well? Gesundheit!
Dankeschön. From the nearby rooftops, you probably would see the portal open, yes.
I tuck on your sleeve, Dave, and say, "Food and ale, please!" And I point excitedly over at the portal.
Doesn't belong to anyone, right? I mean, it's not gonna hurt anyone if I roll some of this inside.
So I imagine Dave is just stood there just watching all this food and ale tumble out as Taziel is kind of arranging it and organizing it, taking inventory, figuring out what she wants and how she's gonna roll it all back to the pub. Falja and Dave need to get off the roof. It's tradition and whatnot. So Dave's there with her new charismatic cloak, which is all I know about it at the moment. I don't even know what color it is. So this new charismatic cloak. And Falja is still wearing the billowing cloak and the crown because that never came off.
And bucket and arm.
Oh, you've got the egg with you? Okay.
Yes, I offer you my arm. Would you do me the honor?
Yes. Can you upcast Featherfall? I don't know. If I cast it at a higher level, if it does anything. Because I don't think I can simultaneously Featherfall both of us, because it takes it would take 2 reactions, unless I have okay. Scarrett, can I propose, because I'm using a 3rd level spell slot and it's a 1st level spell, that I can Featherfall both of us? Please?
I'll allow it.
So yeah,
Can't you fly anymore?
I can, but you're a big person right now, Falja.
I can
That's
make
Charlie.
myself smaller.
Or
I
you
see
could
you
just
debate, and I'm like, do you need me to do the thing?
and alternatively you could just Featherfall Falja and just fly down yourself.
Right, but she's holding on to me. Which
I
would be
can
like
let it
one of my
go. Would you like me to let it go?
No, I think it would be fine. Like Dave, since we're already connected, to do the Featherfall that we just slowly descend down together.
Okay.
You can't fly on your own yet. That's okay.
No.
Dave is used to people who can't fly. Dave used to not be able to fly.
Yeah, I'm still learning from you.
So, tilting her head back with her usual cry of "Up on the roof," Dave just like steps out that one flippy floppy foot and just steps out, and then the Featherfall on both of us. We can gently descend towards the ground from this roof.
Fantastic. And as you gently descend,
And I'll roll you that wild magic surge.
And Forja joins, of course, the flock's war cry of "Up on the roof" as she jumps after Dave.
And yeah, you guys just float gently down to the surface. Now we'll follow Tazzy and Redleaf it shortly. But I think this is probably a good moment to take a break before things really get going. So, Dave and Falja, if you guys would like to take a break, please don't reset your cams. Just cover them if you want to cover them. We'll see you shortly. And we're going to take a 5-minute break. And I think it's appropriate today that we talk about something that Chorus has literally just done. The American elections and stuff. And Chorus, who better to go to than you? How are you feeling about it all over there, buddy?
I mean, I'm not going to give people a whole spiel of just like how I think it's a moral thing for them to do, which I do, but like for me, I voted because I'm kind of scared of the future for people like me.
Yeah. There's been a lot of that this time around as well. I mean, in the past, there's been a lot of like, in the past it's been important to vote because, these politics things affect you. But just recently, with all the stuff that's been going on with the LGBTQ community over there and, women and obviously the kids on the border and the whole Black Lives Matter thing.
Yeah. Just, I would say if you guys haven't voted, I'm not gonna shame y'all, but I do think that it's important that you do because you pay taxes, you do all these things for the country to have this right, and why not? If you want to have a better life and a better place to live, then why not use that right that people have fought so hard to get for you, So if you can, please go vote. And I walked about like 3 miles today to go do so. But yeah, just do it not only for yourself, but for your friends, for your family, for those who are scared, for those who are marginalized, and for those that are wanting a better life than our current administration is trying to go for. So.
Yeah. And also, if you're like listening from work and you think you can't get there from work, please do check the internet, because a lot of places will allow you time off from work to go and vote. I think there's a map that you can check for that. But yeah, it's important stuff. Like, you know, it's scary for us over here as well, and we're not even in that country. You know, like, oof.
I mean, our own government is doing a very good job of being a mess itself right now.
I will say, be sure to check Lyft and Uber for ride discounts if you don't have a car. I will let you know that depending on where you live, it won't be free, but it will be discounted. Because for me, I got $10 off of Uber. Lyft was doing 50% off. Just know that they might raise rates in response, so just be careful about that stuff.
Yeah. And remember as well, in the Uber thing, if you don't want to get a whole Uber to yourself, which I would recommend not doing anyway, just for economic reasons, you can also do the share a ride option, which works well. There'll be a lot of people heading to the polling stations today, so there'll be more than likely that you can catch a ride with someone else going to exactly the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I suppose that's our TED Talk done. Welcome back, Fauser and Dave. Guys, go vote.
Also, it got really dark in here. Hold on.
Yeah, no, Michael Wayne, I can't see anything that's come through. Let's give it a couple of minutes, though. Sometimes PayPal can be a tricksy thing.
Storm going.
Okay, so just to recap as well, I am keeping an eye on your donations, chat. I can see I've got good things to come Redleaf's way, good things to come Tazzie's way, and 2 good things to go Fauser's way. Unless I misread that. Yeah, no. So the only person who doesn't have good things coming their way today is Dave.
Dave has a good thing coming her way as soon as her egg hatches.
True.
She's decided it's going to be a good thing.
I also didn't add the 2 advantages for everyone, so I'll do that now. So, Redleaf, you were heading up on the roof?
Redleaf wants to go check on the Harpers. She doesn't know how long it's been, and she probably needs to check in at this point. And last time that she said... Last time... Really? One sec.
The Oracle Pup is warning you, don't go there!
Sorry about that. But,
That's okay.
Since the last time she sent Gust, and everyone told Gus that she didn't need to worry about the assassins, he's curious.
Okay, so how would you normally communicate with them?
Well, I mean, the Harpers have a various bit of like safe houses and meeting places where they can meet up. Based on Redleaf's spy background, they have at least one contact. Their handler, Stonegrave, kind of a grumpy old dwarf, but I would assume, depending on where he would probably be at, in nearby or in one of the gambling halls or something.
Yeah, certainly. And I imagine you've got a way of finding him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I usually leave like a little bit of a. I usually go to a spot in. I would assume Redleaf would go to a alley nearby, and she would leave like a little indication in a small hole in one of the walls, a little bit of a scroll slipped in that would act as like, hey, I need to meet somebody here. I'll be here at this time or whatever. So he'll put it there, put put it down for that night. At the second floor of the Fey patron, and he will also put down, I am also willing to meet someone outside. So.
Okay, so your message is deposited. How would you expect them to contact you at the Fey Patron? That you'd expect them to come there?
I would put it there just in case. I would leave a door open when I got back, but still, Relief is going to go and check on and see if his handler is in one of the inns nearby, because he likes to hang out there. So.
Yeah, and just for expediency, we'll say you find him, because there's information I just want to give you. You'll see him maybe in the second inn you go to, standing at the dwarf bar. He's got a mug of ale in his hand, but he's looking wary. You don't actually see him drink from the mug. He looks cautious, maybe more nervous than you'd normally see him.
I casually walk up to the bar next to him, and I start talking to the barkeep. It's like, hey, a whiskey for me, please, quickly. But at the side, I want to discreetly start talking in thieves' cant. My hands to him. I'm gonna sign to him. It's like, you seem jumpy. Being tailed.
He'll sign back. It's about time. I've been looking for you for days.
I was stuck in the Feywild, had issues with the wild magic.
Yes. Us too.
Why did y'all tell me not to worry about the assassins? Is something going on?
We need to talk.
Where?
Urgent.
Patron
Bathroom.
is safe. We can meet there.
He says, more urgent. Bathroom.
I'm going to insight check him, because he's nervous, which sets Redleaf on edge. And so Relief wants to see if he's hiding something, or is, like, if this could be possible trap, even though, like, you can't learn that from insight. But, like, if...
Yeah, you just want to see if... Yeah.
Yeah.
On a 20 insight, you can see a light in his eyes as he looks towards you, which is basically breaking the protocol of using Thieves' Cant. The idea is that no one should know you're talking, but he looks towards you with an earnesty in his eyes. He is desperate to speak to you.
Actually, hold on a sec, barkeep. I'm gonna use the men's room real quick, and Relief's gonna casually walk towards the bathroom, shut it, and is going to wait, but at the same time keeping a hand on their belt next to their knives.
Yeah, so a couple of moments later, you hear the door open again, and you hear every cubicle opened, except for yours, as he checks the room for spies or anything like that. There's a Redleaf. There's been all sorts going on around here.
Stonegrave, what the fuck is going on? Why the bathroom? Seriously? I feel like a trainee in here.
You know the beliefs. Too much power leads to corruption.
Yes.
I know we've often thought that we are incorruptible. We have been heartily corrupted.
Shit. How deep does this go? What do
I
you
never-
like?
I never sent you a message saying everything was fine.
But Gus saw you. He went to go see you.
Not me. Another who can wear my skin.
Fuck. It's... The assassins that I ran into could wear other people's skin and like change almost. Are they the same people? They said they
No.
were. I forgot their name. They said they were the faceless.
Unseen, the
Yeah, the
faceless
unseen.
men,
Yeah,
the Golden Company.
yeah. Do you think they have something to do with the Zentarum?
No, much worse. Much worse.
We got one of them. Stonegrave. I can't tell you where, but they told us that they're somewhere in these sewers.
Yeah.
An outpost at least.
Yeah, look. Things are bad. Harpers are being targeted. Guardsmen are being targeted. The wild magic surges are going crazy. And these... They call themselves the Golden Company now. They're going legit, but they're essentially the unseen. They're petitioning to the governors that they're the only ones who can stop the wild magic surges in lieu of the Harpers and the Guards' lack of reaction.
What? We need to let them know, or like tell somebody.
They don't trust us anymore.
Then what do we do?
I need to put you in contact with another Harper I can trust. I need you to work together. Someone has come in at the top. Someone has come in and has been messing with all our orders.
Who are they?
I don't know them.
This a Harper that you trust.
Oh, the Harper I trust. They are a wealthy man in the city. They're known as Samil.
Do I know that name?
Yeah, you know that name. Samil is the one who's been wooing
Oh, shit.
Falger all
Is it-
season.
I think they were after him.
That makes sense.
He was at the patron, and he went to go talk to some guards, and then those guards got targeted. He must have escaped because he wasn't there, or yeah.
They target specific Harpers. You'll almost certainly be targeted too. We all know there's different types of Harpers. The soldiers and those with brains. And you and Samil, you both got brains. They've been targeting anyone who can think for themselves.
I can't go back to the patron now. Not with if they're shit. I should have. They're probably watching the place right now. I didn't
The place has been closed.
hide that I was gonna come here.
The Fey
didn't-
Patron. It's been closed most of the week. Probably 5 days now it's been closed. No sign of anything. No come-ins or go-ins. No deliveries taken. Nothing. I think if you're using that as a safe house, I mean, it's a bit on the nose, but... That or Samil has a mansion. That again is very obvious where he is, but so far he's managed to survive just fine.
Yeah, well, he's rich. I'm sure he can afford protection.
He's rich for a reason, Redleaf. He's
Right.
very successful.
I am very well aware of that. What are you going to do?
Keep walking around pretending like I don't know nothing, pretending like I ain't got a brain. As long as you're willing to follow orders blindly, they don't seem to contact you. That's why I said so urgent. You asking me what that message was about just makes you a target.
Well, I guess this is where our whole separated cells organization comes to our advantage. It's going to be hard for them to find all the cells.
Yes, it has certainly bought me some time, but like I say, they've corrupted someone up top. They seem to know a lot of people.
Do you have any idea of who they might be at all? Name, nickname, reputation.
All right,
something.
look, there is one person. I don't know much about them, but I just know they're a famous name. Samil's been looking into them. They've come into the city recently. It's a drow. Drow by the name of Jarlaxle.
Jarlaxle's here? Like, forget a drow walking around the town like this. Jarlaxle? That's
He's-
way above our pay grade.
He seems to be running the Golden Company.
This is... I don't know if we can fight this guy.
It might not be about fighting, it might be about outmaneuvering. But look, speak to Samil. He won't tell me who, you know how it works, cells and stuff, but he has another contact. Someone else he's using. He tells me they're good, tells me that they've got knowledge beyond their years. Meet with Samil. Take any friends you've got that you trust.
This is bad. So bad. But why... Jarlaxle has, from the stories I've heard, he's always been this free agent. He cares most about himself. Like, if he's got something with these Golden Company people, it means that he's planning a big score. Something.
Yeah, you could say that.
Do you think he's trying to take over the town?
Could be a long-term goal. At the moment, seems mostly like he's trying to make this Golden Company legit so that he can replace the guards for a privatized system.
Bastard.
I don't know much about Jarlaxle, only the tales, but I know he's a greedy bastard.
Okay. I'll need to get my friends. Hide them. Please. You stay safe. If you see him, run.
You don't need to tell me. If I see anyone, I'll run. But for now, I'm just gonna make like everything's fine and like I ain't got a brain. And until you get to Samil's, I suggest you do the same. You get orders from anyone who looks like a harper, just follow them. At least until you're out of sight.
Right. Stay safe, friend.
You too.
I hope that Silver quiets your steps and it's like you should go out first.
Yep. Alright. And he walks out the bar and he walks out of the toilet, and as he's approaching the bar you can hear him say, "Nah, it's no good, Jeff. I think I've got to pass a stone or something. Can't get nothing out of this thing."
Relief is immediately going to look for any window in the bathroom.
There is the classic small bathroom window, the ones that open like that sort of thing. It'll be a squeeze, but on a successful acrobatics check you could get out.
I mean, yeah, he's going to try for that because he doesn't want to even indicate that he was in the same room, or is at least still in there if somebody comes to check. He's gonna look outside of the window first to see if there's anyone outside.
This leads onto a darkened alley.
Okay. All right, then acrobatics check. Oh God.
Okay, so here are the options.
Okay.
And I'll let you choose and narratively describe it, but these are the outcomes that I'll allow. Either you get stuck in the window, or you make it through the window but injure yourself
Okay.
greatly. Your choice, you tell us what happens.
I don't know what to do, chat. Oh god. Really, out of all the numbers, I had to roll a 1. Okay. And I have an 8 in acro. Getting stuck in this situation, if there has gotta be people that watch. Like, Relief is not like dumb about this. There's gonna be spies that are watching the place, and so yeah, gonna hurt themselves to get out of there.
So as you sort of like, you can feel your hip catch against the edge of the this window. You can see that if you just like punch it hard, you'll bend the metal so you can get out. You'll also shatter the glass. I guess as you distort this glass, perhaps a large shard goes somewhere into your body near your hip.
How much damage I take?
Let's see. A shard of glass is sort of similar to a long sword. We'll just do 1d6. A short sword, sorry. I'll let you roll it.
No. Yay, only 1.
Yeah, you only take 1 damage. So perhaps like the tip goes in and then the glass snaps. So you've just got like this little tip of glass stuck in your body. It's only a small amount of damage at the minute, but you know that a shard of glass in this part of your body, it is not gonna. It needs to be removed. Essentially, it's gonna cause you problems.
I'm not gonna take it out right now, because then that's just gonna cause blood to go everywhere. And Relief is gonna scramble out and then quickly look around the alleyway.
Looking up and down the alleyway, there doesn't seem to be anyone here. Not even a usual patrolling watchman. Make me a perception check if you want to really look. On a 25, you can see some unsavory types lurking in the shadows nearby. You know the alleyways of Waterdeep, especially when there's no guards around.
Okay, if that's the case, I'm going to cast Disguise Self on me and change form and dress into a old, crooked over old man, about 5'5", long beard, bits of mud on his face. Both eyes are kind of milky. Marks of disease and basic overuse of drugs on the face. I'm just gonna walk through the alleyway, just muttering, just like the end times are coming. I find the gnats in all the little pieces.
As you're doing this, walking down the alleyway, one of these, for want of a better word, youths, will jump out in front of you with a knife and be like, "Here, mate, stop with your," and like just immediately like jumps back out of the way again.
It's like you see death as well.
God, pestilence! Run, boys, run! And they run off.
I'm just like, in my voice to myself, I'm just like, little shits. I'm just gonna
as they run off, one of them drops something.
What's this? I'm gonna go pick it up. It's like,
this is a small pouch.
I'm like, tuck it into my rags. and then quickly just run off. And
Excellent.
on the way to the Fae Patron, I want to try to do a bunch of roundabouts, like take multiple streets, go the long way, do like circles, go behind shops and stuff, just making sure that I lose whoever might be trying to tail me.
Cool. So whilst you're doing all that, let's go back to Tazzy. Tazzy, it's raining beer and food onto the street around you.
Yeah, I assume the beer is in some form of containment.
Is what?
Maybe is the beer in some sort of containment?
Well, yes. Several forms of containment, unfortunately. The first kind being barrels. Barrels are great. They hit the ground and only warp slightly, but most of the contents stay fine. Unfortunately, a lot of it is in glass bottles, and you can see as the glass bottles hit the ground, they begin to shatter, and beer goes everywhere. And some of it appears in cups, which even if they don't shatter...
Firstly, I'm gonna roll what comes out in barrels. I will roll that into the pub. Just like, guess it's another day in Waterdeep right now, but you know, lemons and lemonade and all. So I will start rolling barrels into the pub, and any food that, like things like I guess salted meats that also turn up in casks, or like salted fish, or like fruits and vegetables are fine just to take in as they fall, I guess, even if they weren't packed up.
Mhm.
And then like after I've been doing this for a while, I suddenly, bollocks, there's a man in my cellar, and I would like to dash to the cellar, realizing we've left the comatose or tied up bloke in the fridge for 5 days.
Yes. Leaving a man in the fridge with no food or water for 5 days. He's not in the best shape. In fact, why don't you roll me a straight D20 just to see if he survived the encounter? He was already a bit beaten up as well.
It's fine.
On a 15, he's clinging to life.
Ah,
Dry-mouthed, gaunt-looking, pale.
I run and grab some water.
It smells bad in there as well.
Rapture.
Bodily functions don't stop, you know, like...
Okay, we're not storing food in here for a while. First, I'm down, run, scurry, get some water, scurry back. I'm kind of prestidigitating, trying to clean as I'm multitasking, trying to pour a bit of water down this guy's throat, kind of flapping out a little bit.
Now, I don't know if you've ever tried to feed someone who's very thirsty water all at once, but if you pour, they just throw it straight back up.
This isn't a situation I faced before. And then I'm scurry back outside and look around. Fauja, are you around anywhere? Fauja?
Dave and Fauja, what did you do after you fluttered down from the roof? You did see the wine and ale, but you fluttered down from the roof very gracefully. Did you head back to the pub, or did you go do something else?
I think we would have, Dave would have either gone to help Tazil or gone back to the pub, because she still has her ogre friend that she's experimenting with, trying to help, and obviously Tazil just got a ton of food that needed to be carried in. She's probably hungry. She had to lay an egg. There's been an adventure. She's had a long day. So yeah, that would be what she is up to.
Yeah. And Forja is very happy that you walk in the same direction that she wants to go, because she made a solemn oath to Tazzy to help her save her brother. I mean, we lost him again. We kind of had saved him, but now that he's gone, we were not done. So in her mind, that promise still stands, and she wants to help her get her brother back. So yeah, she's very happy to come with you back to the Fae Patron.
Fauja, I think I mentioned at some point the other assassin, we took him hostage in the cellar. We've left him a few days. Do you have any healing magic?
Yes, I do, actually.
Okay.
Would you like me to look at him?
Yes, please do. this might be. I mean, before we left, we were trying to find information on the people who, that murder outside the pub, and it got completely sidetracked. But this man might be one avenue to getting some information, and of course we can't get that if he puts us away in our care, which I really am not happy about. So yeah, if we could try and hear him, that'd be really good. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Anyway, this way, and I drag her down to the cellar.
I let myself be dragged. I still have the bucket underneath my arms. I look at Dave like, do you want the baby?
Yeah, Dave will like hold out her hands to take the bucket, so Falja can go down with Tazil, and she'll keep an eye on the ogre and the egg.
There are assassins afoot, right? You have to protect the child.
Yes. Sometimes I like sharp things better.
Yes. Good. Very good. And I followed Hazi down the stairs into the cellar.
You already know what you see.
Yeah, and I'm going to roll a medicine check in order to really find out what's going on with him. And I would like to use one of... I have so many advantages, I think I'm going to use one of those, right?
Yes, you should.
So, 17.
On a 17, yeah, there's nothing wrong with him except for the fact that he hasn't eaten or drunk anything for about 5-6 days.
I mean, I'm a desert dweller, so I know what's going on here. And I'm going to... I'm about to cast Create Water, and then I stop for a moment, remembering we are not in the desert, and I look at Tessie, do you have water?
Yes. I don't know if he's in a very fit state to drink it properly. I don't know whether it's worth
There is a
healing
trick.
little first.
There is a trick. If someone has not drunk in a long while, and I go take out a piece of clean cloth that I rip, I guess I have something like a handkerchief or something, and I dunk it into the water, and I just hold it to his mouth to start wet his lips, and he can suck on the cloth. So only the smallest amount of water is going to trickle down. So if you ever find someone in the desert and they're about to die from not having enough water, you can't give them water immediately because they will just puke it up again, right?
Right.
So you have to give it them in very, very small
Okay.
amounts, and you have to give them time to really soak it in, right? So always just dunk the cloth in the water.
Yes. I mean, I grew up by the dockyard, so I've never seen this before. But thank you.
You're most welcome. And I'm going to create... I think I'm going to use my last level 1 spell slot to create good berries again. And I'm... the Kenku way. Chew up one good berry and bird feed it to the assassin. Dave way.
Yeah,
So,
it's
yes.
an interesting one in D&D, really. Hunger doesn't really count as hit points in my mind. It's not something that you can, cure wounds. Suddenly, your stomach is restored. He needs nutrition, essentially. The good berries help, but you know, in your heart of hearts, that he needs some proper. He needs a meal in him. He's not fit to eat one yet, but that's what he needs.
No, he needs more, but this is a good start. They are very nourishing after all. So as soon as you have something else to eat,
there'll be some long life supplies. Obviously, not enough to stock the inn for patrons, but it should be enough just to give him a bit to eat when he's found his strength back. Though, of course, I'm reluctant to untie him at this point, given that he did kill a few people.
if you want, I can go hunt. I've seen some pretty fat rats outside. I could
I mean,
toast it for
I've
him.
got some things. No, I do have food. I'm just saying we
Okay.
definitely shouldn't untie him.
Yeah. Look, no. Yes, he's an assassin after all. We should keep him here.
Yes.
But he's like fire. Some fire needs fuel, right? So we have to give it something to consume.
Unfortunately, we were going to try and find where he came from, and I have a means to track people, but it's a bit dangerous and doesn't tend to leave people in a good shape, and he's already not in a good shape.
Yes.
So we need to
And
fix him first.
I hate to say it, but we cornered one of the assassins that looked the same, right? And that person, we were very scary because Dave can be really scary, right? And her wings, and there were lightning everywhere, and she was very scary. And that person did just kill themselves. They did not want to talk to us. So I'm not sure if that one will not do the same if we are not very careful, right?
Then we'll need to be careful that they don't try and choke themselves or something like that. Right, well, hopefully they're at least somewhat stable for now. If we try and cook something up, I guess wait for Redleaf to come down off the roof.
Okay. I
in the meantime,
can watch him and give him more water while you.
That would be very helpful. I'm going to try and sort out all this food and ale
Can you
that's
please
appeared.
also make sure that Dave eats something, because I do think that
course.
he should eat something.
Definitely, nourishment's very important. Right, I'll go try and deal with all of this stuff. Thank you so much for your help. I'll be back very soon. I'll bring some food.
Thank you. And I sit there holding my hand aloft.
Also,
Now and
I'm
then
going to
giving
get changed
water.
because I'm covered now and I feel very sticky.
Yeah. And as you head back upstairs, Dave, what is the scene that Tazzy sees as you've been bringing all this food in? You've got the egg, you've got the ogre. Are you just being like the stalwart protector, or is
Dave has tucked the egg into the bed with the ogre and is slowly rocking the bed backwards and forwards. Her mouth, her beak is wide open, and there's this discordant, out-of-tune accordion sound coming out of it. You can barely figure out what the song is. It's so bad. And she's just there with her two patients, her two charges, just supervising, keeping a close eye on the egg. The ogre has been briefed that he is not to eat or hurt the egg. There was a lot of miming involved, and you whats and things like that. And I think she is literally just about to let go of the swaying to cast some minor illusions of like prancing horses and just like little things like that. She's trying to set a mood of like restfulness. She really wants a nap, so she's making sure that everyone here is calm and happy.
Oh yeah, and the ogre's 100% fallen asleep. Like as you've been rocking him as well and making this discordant tune.
And I think she's also she's acquired a few things from around the place to make like I imagine she's kind of moved his arm so it's like a little barrier, and she's arranged the blanket so it's like a little nest, and she's finding little things from around the place, little forgotten and lost things, little things from behind the bars to make more of a nest for the egg, because Pinky's like shiny things in their nests, so she's been kind of decorating.
So lots of shiny things, lots of soft things, I guess. So Tazzy, you'll see all sorts of like your napkins have been seized, beer mats, perhaps anything, any sort of like brass fittings or anything that haven't been
the surviving
down.
petals from around the tree.
Yeah.
Pocket change, old keys. Just like things, and she's kind of done it on autopilot. She doesn't know this is what you're meant to do. This is just what she instinctively thinks you should do to care for a baby and to care for an egg.
And an ogre, apparently.
And an ogre. It's a really big egg.
Dave, I'm just going to go make some food. Would you like anything?
Food and ale, please.
I love the idea that Tazil sees all of this and doesn't even question.
I've seen a lot in the last 48 hours. Be back. I'm just gonna go and I'll make something quick and easy, try and catalog some of this food, and I'll bring something up for all of us.
Tasty.
And I will disappear into the kitchen to make some food.
There's the sound of it's like a clicking sound. Whatever Dave was imitating has gone to the clicking part of its track, where the recording or whatever she's mimicking has just kind of finished, and it's like the static noise, and then suddenly it starts up again from the beginning.
Haziel, when you start heading downstairs, you hear a loud banging on the front door. Bang, 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 bang.
I swear, I have not got the patience for any more tonight. And I just stomp to the front door and wrench it open.
It's like you see a disgusting, muddy, scabbed over, diseased old man in rags standing in front of you, just like, Alms for the poor! Alms for the
See,
poor!
this
I've got
person-
food. Oh, we're not really open right now, but I can give you some food. That's probably the
Food,
best I can
and the figure will shove past you. Yes, food! I must have food!
How does
Dave
Dave react?
surges across the floor with a little dagger in hand, which is igniting in a green flame, as she's just in
I've
mode.
It's like,
I've grabbed the back of the old man's like collar with mage hand, just like
release me or I'll curse all of you. I know where the gnats are. I pick them from the scabs.
yes. I think all of us are rather adept at curses here. Why don't we compare notes after you go outside and leave my pub, please?
No, you said there was food. Food, Taziel.
How do you know my name?
I know many things. I know her name is Fauza Flamane, cursed flame of the desert. And this one I know as Dave the Divine.
Well, it's a shame you don't know any manners.
Dave is gonna drop the green flame blade that she was preparing and just unleash a gust. She doesn't know this person, and there's questionable things going on, and it sounds like a wizard, and wizards are never good news. And that's the cantrip. So you need to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
DC 11, that doesn't seem right. Hang on, let me check.
Okay.
What are you saving against? My spell is, it should be against 15, which is my spellcast level.
Huh.
So for this, hold on. I'll just go ahead and make a. Is this athletics check or a strength check? What is this?
Strength
Strength.
save.
Oh, I'm really bad at that. Okay.
Oh yeah.
There's
You
Yeah,
get
so
pushed back 5 feet, right?
Yep.
sorcery.
No, up to 10 feet away from me.
So he
Okay.
just tumbles across the ground. It's like, this is no way to treat a guest. I know what you seek. Give me the food, and I shall deliver him unto you. And I'm going to cast Silent Image discreetly onto one of the windows, so they see Rapture outside, and he's doing a dance.
Okay. First off,
Insight.
my brother never dances like that. And hang on, I'm gonna do like as soon as my page loads, my internet's terrible.
It's okay.
And then I would, and then that's like, all right, now listen, there's a perfectly reasonable way to deal with this situation. Look, I'll give you some food, let's all calm down. And I would be using my Fey presence.
What does that do?
So every creature in a 10-foot cube originating from me has to make a wisdom saving throw against my warlock spell DC. Failing the saving throw, they're charmed by me. But
Well,
until the end of my
I
next turn.
have advantage against charm effects.
Oh, you do.
So
You got advantage.
20.
Nice. I'm just like grinning at you like,
Your patron's
Yeah, and I
magic
just shove
has
some cheese in
no
your
effect on me. Cheese, delicious. And just like the super gross, just like open mouth, just cheese opening. And then the old man just starts to laugh. And then Redleaf just drops the disguise and is just laughing.
I gave him a smack.
Ow! Hey, you fell for it. I mean, I got free food out of it, so.
Dave stomps back to the bed and begins to like pass.
I would have offered you food anyway, you
Yeah, but
imbecile, and you full well know the consequences of running those gags on me. You always get smacked. That wasn't even a real one. I mean, come on. Where have you been anyway?
And Redleaf is gonna look to the door. It's gonna use Mage Hand to like close it and lock it. Should probably talk somewhere discreet.
The ogre just lets out a small snore.
Oh,
Cuddling the
right. I forgot about him.
napkins and...
Them. I don't. Hey, you. And Relief is gonna stalk up to him. Gonna smack him across the cheek. Hey, wake up!
Dave allow this?
No, they would not allow such a thing to happen to her baby and the ogre and the egg. Dave is very confused about what's her baby right now. Everything's her baby right now, as she's got some weird imprinting going on. Dave, I'm trying to think. So she knows it's Redleaf. Dave's gonna just use a gust spell again to push away. The threat needs to be moved away.
So, Redleaf, I imagine Dave's looking quite flustered.
Dave is wonderful. Like, you know how robins get really mad and they like foof themselves up?
I want to try to dodge to the side.
It would still be a strength save, I believe.
Okay.
You can use an advantage or disadvantage, eh?
No, I got a 2. Ah! Just gets gusted out of the room.
So are you still in the room, but just like against a wall somewhere?
No,
Dave's
just like
gonna-
I'm out the door, like.
With
I
her
thought.
feeble strengths, Dave's sorry. Right.
No, after you.
Dave's gonna just slowly move this bed away from Redleaf.
I will stomp after Redleaf with my hands on my hips, with an expression very much like Mrs. Fox in the Fantastic Mr. Fox movie. It's like, Redleaf, whilst you are under my roof, if you have a shred of respect for me, you will not antagonize my guests. Are we clear?
That's not a guess. That's an assassin.
It's an ogre we brought through a portal from some necrotic plane of death.
Wait, okay, so time out. I thought the ogre was the assassin.
No, the ogre is the patient
Yeah, the
from
ogre-
the asylum.
Oh, okay. I did not know that part. I wasn't here
Assassin
for the
is in a
31st.
room. The assassin's in another room, either upstairs or downstairs. Like, I think downstairs.
Yeah, it's in the cellar.
In the cellar.
All right. Nix all of that. Nix
Okay.
all of that, because I was very confused. I thought, like, the assassin had a bed now. I was like, okay.
No, we just have a giant elderly ogre that's cuddling an egg in a nest in the middle of the Fae Patron, next to the tree, with Mummy Dave
Okay.
supervising.
Right. Sorry. Is the assassin still alive?
Just about. Would you like me to take you to him?
Yes. Got some questions.
He's not very good at answering questions. I don't even know what state of
Um,
consciousness he's in right now.
I'll figure something out.
I mean, I think we're walking and talking probably by now, heading downstairs to the cellar.
I'm gonna grab a bucket and I'm gonna fill it with water from outside and stuff some like snow into it for good measure.
It's worth noting that whilst we were away, he pretty much almost died of deprivation of food and water. We've revived him a little bit, not in a great state, I must admit. So unfortunately, my tracking spell won't be of any use until he's stronger. Oh, for goodness sake. Can you
Oh, have
still
we lost
hear me?
Chorus?
I can see
Do
you
we lose
moving.
everyone?
Hello?
There he is.
Everybody here?
Everyone.
Hey,
sorry.
sorry.
I'm here. I'm not.
Hey, sorry.
Okay, now you're fine. So yes, my tracking spell is not going to be a huge amount of use until he has his strength back. So if there's another way in the meantime,
I'll see what I can figure out. You might want to be here just in case he tries to pull something.
of course.
Right, and I'm gonna grab the bucket and start heading down to the freezer.
Oh,
Like,
well,
are
yeah.
we awake down here?
So,
We keep-
Falja, you were still down there tending to him, right?
Yes, I'm still giving him water and trying to revive him to his senses so he can actually take in real food besides crushed berries and some sips of water from a little piece of cloth, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's still sipping. It takes a long time for people to recover from this sort of deprivation.
Oh, yeah. So he is bound, and I'm now and then I wet that cloth and hold it to his lips and give him another berry then. So yeah.
So they're awake or conscious? Or are they half conscious?
Are you coming down now?
Oh, I think
Yeah.
they're kind of hot.
Ah, that leaf!
Yeah, we should be with you by now.
You found the way! Where
yeah.
have you been?
And Redleaf is gonna open up her jacket and show the piece of glass that's like shoved into her gut. It's like,
Oh.
It took you a while
Busy.
to reveal that. Bloody hell!
it's fine right now. I
That's
just
got to come out.
Would you like me to help you?
Please.
I'm an expert when it comes to glass, you know? I say and get up. I'm going to use another advantage to roll another medicine check because obviously Dr. Forja is in the house today. So that's a 20 on medicine with the advantage.
Yeah, on the 20 with medicine, you can easily get him some of it. He's probably not ready for questioning, but...
I'm going to help Redleaf.
I
I'm
see.
trying to remove the glass in such a way that I'm not hurting Redleaf more. And I'm going to seal the wound. And I'm going to use my last level 2 spell slot to cast Cure Wounds on him to seal up that wound. You might want to bite on a stick or a piece of leather, or maybe hardened hide, because this is going to hurt.
Mm-hmm. And Redleaf is gonna take off their belt and just put it between their mouth and you're like,
Think of something nice. And I basically heat the glass to melt it and get it out and seal the wound and then cast Cure Wounds. There's nothing in there anymore.
Ow, thank you, but ow. And I'm back up to full health.
Fantastic. Yeah.
I want to
Redleaf,
look at
back to
this.
full health. The bit of glass comes out easy. It's quite a thick shard. This is thick glass that you've shattered,
Yeah.
Ooh.
but only single pane, so still relatively easy to break.
How are you now?
I'm good.
I
How's
look at the
the...
bed. He's all good. He was almost
How's the
dead
asshole?
when I found him down here. When Tazzy brought me down.
Yeah, it wasn't in great shape.
Do I think that he's as weak as he appears to be, or do I think he's faking it a little bit?
Well, I mean, you can give me a perception check. Let's see what the dice say. He looks shit. He looks real bad.
I think it would take him a while to recover.
That's a shame. And Redleaf is going to take the water of ice cold snow and just dump it on the guy.
What are you doing?
I'm waking him up.
You're going to kill him.
Yeah, the guy starts awake. He's almost in. He's clearly in shock. He might have I don't know. I think some sort of seizure might even happen as he's in real bad shape and he just.
Where is
I'm
he?
casting a bonfire in order to warm him. Not on him. but
Don't
from
help him. Don't help him.
You are going to kill him. How will you get answers if you kill him? What kind of interrogation technique is that? I ask you.
You have a point.
Also, I thought you were one of the good guys. How is this a good thing?
Where is he? Assassin. Where's Jarlaxle?
I mean, no one's even tried to speak to him yet. His throat is still very dry.
I'm going to... Can I do that even? I have shape water. Can I shape the water to move it away from him? So he is no longer bedecked in ice and snow and water. It's a cantrip.
It is a cantrip. It allows you to change the flow or everything else with
Yeah.
the water. I don't think it would work in this scenario. You could use create. You've got create or destroy water, right? You could destroy water.
I do, but I mean, yeah, I could. I still have level 3 spell slots, so I could do that. So I'm going to be just a bit angry because I'm trying to save this man, and I stamp my foot, and all the water evaporates around me. I have been sitting down here instead of taking care of the egg and Dave and feeding this man water, and you're trying to kill him. What is wrong?
Doesn't deserve to live. What are you talking about?
He deserves to live because you want answers, right? If you just do this, you will kill him, and how will you get answers done?
We can find a priest, get his corpse to talk.
Listen, mediating here. Firstly, I can't afford to pay a priest. You know they don't do these things for free. Secondly, we, unfortunately, and I am with you here, Redleaf, this man killed about 3 people outside of my establishment. I am quite happy for him to blink into obscurity. However, we want information. I don't know what techniques you possess. Apparently, well, physical for now at least. Unless you have some spells that can get through to him, I don't think the traditional method of interrogation is going to work. Remember, my brother tried this when he actually had his faculties about him, and I can't do anything unless he's got a fair amount of health, because I will kill him if I mess up. So for now, let's just chill and take it a little easy. We can't succeed in anything if we rush.
Redleaf is gonna... Fine. And he's gonna point to Fauja. Get him talking.
You're not the boss of me. You
Fauja,
come
we
in
did-
here ruining the work I did this last half hour, and you try to give me an order. Who do you think you are, Redleaf?
I'm trying to get information so that we all don't die, because there's somebody that owns this man that is probably going to try to get us killed.
I know that. Did you also know that when you stuffed all that cold water in there and dumped it on him and tried to kill him? You need to get your temper under control. And I know that this is quite ironic because I'm yelling at you right now. So I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, by the way, I think dinner's ready. I'm just gonna grab some food, okay?
I will take
And
care of
I'm
him
just gonna,
because Tazi
run
asked me,
upstairs.
and the tree likes her.
Okay, and I think this is a good point for us to take a break. Me and Rachel will take a quick 5-minute break. Now, Chorus, you did start late, so you probably didn't hear our pre-talk about this. We are trying to do staggered breaks, where some people stay on live and interact with the chat, whilst the other people have a quick break. You started late, but you did start before the previous break, so if you want to take a break now, you can. It's up to you. But me and Rachel, we're going to take a quick a 5-minute break, so we will be right back. Rachel, you're free to reset your router. I've put you last place on the camera, so the cameras might go a little bit squiffy while I'm away. But otherwise, if
It'll be fine. Everyone knows who we are, and if you don't know, ask us, chat, because I am happy to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also happy to read all of the theories about the Fiku, or what else do we have? The Ken Nix, the King Nix. If I like that one.
I think it's going to be some dark fae god that is going to ascend upon the world and destroy it utterly.
I
I think it's
your
Lucian's dad.
positivity,
It's always
Cora.
Lucian's dad.
No, it's not.
Break
Lucian's
the egg!
dad.
Break the
You're
egg!
not breaking the egg.
If you're
Break
breaking
the
the egg, I'm breaking you.
Break
Right?
the egg!
The amount of wrath and fire and lava that would descend on anyone attempting to break this egg right now.
Yeah, it would be
Who
pretty
am I?
Armageddon.
Speech Rebecca now. That's a very good question. That's a very good question. Who am I?
So
I
where is
am
this game
Dave
based
Define.
in? It is based in Waterdeep, or at least a version of it. It's in Faerun. We just got out of the Feywild.
We did, and before that, we were in a pocket dimension created by a wizard who turned it into a desert by taking out all of the water. He was a water wizard, I think.
That
I
was
think That I
That
think
was
from what
fun.
I talked to with Scrat, he had this orb and created a pocket dimension, and this fire elemental got stuck in there, and the fire elemental and an assassin that he also pushed in there fell in love, and the elemental decided to create a landscape so the people in there would not die.
He
And
was
then
a
the
water
wizard
wizard though.
died.
He was
Yes.
on the water dimension himself. Who
Yeah.
is this blue thumb? That's what I want to know because I missed the session where we first found out about.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Blue
You were
Tongue
not
was
there.
that guy we met at the inn.
He was not there.
in the Feywild. He
Hmm.
was trying to start a rebellion of some sort. It was weird. It was this odd trickery maze bullshit.
I do think that Blue Tongue just wanted to get at your father, basically, right? With fucking around and screwing around with all of us, with giving us this weird spell book and all the shenanigans that the trickery card
Because
was
we
under.
basically just found out in meta from the Archfey from Redleaf's father that wasn't the actual Blue Tongue. But Redleaf, you know who Blue Tongue is from previous knowledge?
Mm-hmm. He's I believe that they're another Archfey.
Okay.
Are
they like some sort of like split personality from your father? Like the Fae have been ripped apart?
I don't know actually. Just out of character. I don't know. I need to talk to Scrat about that. But
what has
I
been
know who
everyone's
Jarlaxle is.
favorite donation so far? Ooh, that's a good question. We've had a lot of really cool wild magic surges come through. Like over time, I really actually did enjoy when it was raining men. That made me laugh a lot.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That was
Did like it.
like the jump off point for this campaign. Really was that Dave and Fauja, while up on the roof looking over Waterdeep with the flock when they'd just got in here from the desert dimension, saw these men falling from the sky over a section of the city, and of course we knew it was wizards doing because
It's always wizards.
it's always wizards.
It's
It's
always
wizards and wardrobes.
goddamn wizards. It's always wizards that start shit.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed the magic items that have come through. They've been really cool, and I think everyone's put a lot of thought into what has been gifted to the characters, which is something I like. Sorry, Tahina, you were gonna.
No, it's okay. Keep on.
Yeah, I've enjoyed all of the donations. I don't think we've had a donation where it's actively felt like the chat wants to disrupt the game, which is something I always fear. It's always felt that you guys want to contribute and you want to help build the story, which has been really cool.
Mhm.
What class would you be if you were a D&D character? Ooh, as people.
I think we should answer this for somebody else, so we don't do
That's
ourselves.
a
and
good
do some
idea.
things.
That's a cool idea.
I
I
think.
think Fauja would be a wizard.
You think Tahina would be a wizard?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay.
would
I
be a wizard.
think Koros would be a warlock. I think there would be some charismatic deal making for some power.
What kind of warlock, though? Like,
I
what's the
think you
class?
would be. Ooh, that's a good question. I have to think about that, but I definitely think a warlock. Like, I think you would make a deal, and you would do it for good reasons,
Mhm,
for sure.
probably.
Yeah, I do think so as well.
But that's what I think. I don't know.
Hey, listen, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, all right?
It is, but it doesn't mean that you're a bad person just because you walk the road.
I think you would even maybe do a pact, a celestial pact, right?
Yeah, I like it.
something.
Yeah, that's
Maybe not with the best of gods. You're like, hey, I thought you were good.
It's like,
I'm
you're
going
an
to use
asshole.
your gifts in order to thwart you now. Something like that. I think Charlie would make a great bard, a great
I think
storyteller.
it would be bad.
Spirit Pirate
I
Games asks, what race are Redleaf and Taziel? I know for Redleaf, I'm an Eladrin, who goes between autumn, fall, fall, summer, winter, and spring, depending on their mood.
Taziel, I
Because I'm
believe,
using the Mordenkainen and stuff.
Asima.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
know what type
Mhm,
she's
she's
maybe
an
it's
Asima.
Scourge.
Scourge,
Scourge.
yeah.
Scourge
Mm.
Asima.
Cheers.
So yeah, that's what Taziel is. And Rapture is a tiefling.
Rapture and Taziel have known each other since they were kids, and I've known them for a couple years. So,
And Faljo would like to make it real clear she is not a genasi. Just everyone, put that in your notes.
I
Yes.
mean, you can say that all you want, but that's
Scrat made it so that I'm half elemental, half elf, actually.
Very
So-
specifically, not the progeny.
of some Ifrit get. No!
hey. Listen, the Ifrit are only lawful evil. You know, they're
I
only.
don't think it's about their alignment. She's just not.
No!
Actually, the patron would be a shadow cabal from our blog. That's true, Tweeter.
That sounds legit. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up the shadow cabal just to see what he's talking
I
about.
would like you all to answer what either you think you would be yourself, or if you know someone else in chat quite well, suggest maybe what they would be. Or if you'd like to make suggestions for us, I'm sure we'd be. Rachel, we're just discussing what class we would be in real
Oh
life.
boy.
Suggested what other people would be. So I suggested Chorus would be some sort of warlock. Chorus suggested that Tahina would be a druid. Wizard, sorry.
Wizard?
Wizard. I got Falja on the brain. And
It's okay.
Tahina suggested that I would be a bard. I think
Seems pretty solid.
Rachel, I think, is a sorcerer. I think she's just got magic just within her,
Mm.
and it pours out in different and multifaceted ways.
And I think
That's my impression of Rachel. I think she's innate and magical.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a... What is Scrat, though?
Scrat is a wizard.
Yeah.
With a multi-class and I think he's a multi-classer who like rolls a dice and has like a D8 or however many classes there are at the moment. I've forgotten. And like every week it changes what his multi-class is. So he's at his core a wizard, and then some weeks he comes out and he's a fighter, and he's
Yeah.
there at the front lines doing the good stuff. Like, and then the next week he could be a warlock where he's tinkering and he's crafting little webs to catch his players in, and then some weeks he's just a bard telling his story, using his wizardly illusions to assist it. That's what Scrat is, I think.
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I definitely think Archmage in chat is definitely a College of the Swords bard.
Oh yes, he totally is.
Mhm. He's got the
No,
panache
you know
for
what
it.
else Scrat could be actually? He could be a trickster cleric.
That's true.
Got
That is true.
that really solid cleric base of generally doing good and being able to create things, but then you got that trickster illusionary part of him. And I think he would really benefit from having the trickster ability to be able to make more than one of him.
Oh yes,
He's got so much to do.
that's true. Oh, that's very true.
A lot of people think I'm a cleric. I play a lot of clerics, and it's been a while. It's really weird. It's been a while since I played a cleric, but that was always my go-to class, and I've played through most of the domains now.
I have never played a cleric.
You should, Rachel. You would
But
like.
then I actually came into 5e quite late. So what have I played? What have I played? I've done druid. I've done fighter. I've done druid again. Now warlock, and it was fun because spell slots are fun, and warlock I'd never done before this. So that's fun.
Welcome back, Scrap.
Thank you.
We've decided that you are either a wizard who multi-classes and the multi-class changes every week, or you are a trickster cleric.
Mm-hmm.
Who, me? What, personally?
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. I've been called many things. People who meet me IRL call me fighter, barbarian, monk style.
It's also interesting.
People who have never met me IRL but have only met me online often refer to me as magical casters. Wizard is common, also wild magic sorcerer. How I see myself, I definitely don't see myself as a cleric. I like hurting people too much.
Hello?
Clerics are not always. Like sometimes they heal you just to cast Crown of Madness on you, so they can hurt you a little bit more.
That's true. That's true, because I don't like to kill people because you can't hurt what's dead.
Maybe you're like a grave domain, like I knock you out so you're on 0 hit points and I can max heal you. Tough love.
Tweeter Vecna reckons I'm a
Yeah.
glamour bard. Yeah, I can see that.
Archmage told me that I would actually be a great old one warlock because I always look like I'm dealing with many eldritch horrors, aka the work that I have
Do
to.
you know who Chorus's patron
put up with.
is? It's the dog. The dog is Chorus's patron.
The dog.
Oh,
my
the
my
dog is a paladin.
The dog is a paladin. That doesn't mean he's not a.
my.
The dog has
old
a name. The dog has a name. Okay.
You've never told us his name.
Is the dog the great old one?
I'm loving Alice's little comment in there as well.
And
Oh.
here she is.
Possibly the person who knows me most of everyone calls me a dwarven psychopath.
I can see that.
That's
Alice,
reassuring.
what about a dwarven slayer, Alice, of Warhammer up in here.
Anywho, let's get back to business to defeat the puns.
Before we do that, my patron has something to say. Hey, go vote, or don't get a treat tonight. Do it. Do it.
So, let's see. Falja, you were staying. Who was doing what? Falja was trying to heal the person. Redleaf was trying to kill the person. Tazzy went to make food.
I wasn't trying to kill anybody. I was trying to wake him up.
Hey. Now, just because Twitch chat can't see the private Zoom chat, okay? I'm just gonna read this out for everyone. Down with the
No.
baddie, death to the evil.
That is out of context. That is totally
What?
a...
You mean it's out of context after the line where I say, just so we are all aware, you could easily kill this man?
This is...
I mean...
This is fake news. This is an attack on this administration.
Okay. And Dave, most importantly, is babysitting her ogre and egg.
Of course. So, who would like
Yes,
to
you
pick
can-
up?
I mean, I'm probably just in the background. I'm bringing out plates of food and just. I mean, Dave's right there, so I'm gonna give a nice big hearty plate of food to Dave because Dave's, deserving.
Well, now, come on. Big, hearty plate of food? That doesn't sound very appetizing. What is it? Give us them juicy
Alright, what am I
details.
cooking tonight? Okay, well, what Taziel has rustled up, they had some. There was some nice beef in the mix of stuff that we picked up. So she's thrown that in with some leeks, some carrots, some onion, probably using shallots because they've got quite a nice kind of almost sweet flavor.
Chili shallots? Chili shallots? You know, like when you preserve shallots and you put a chili in
This
the...
is going for the more savory. There's some rosemary in there, a few other particular choice herbs with a bit of thyme, and also some red wine. Absolutely. And she's basically mixing up a beef bourguignon. So it's these nice big like steaming casserole bowls of this really hearty stew.
Okay, I bought this on myself. Now I'm starving. So, how would Dave react to this wonderful dish being served up?
Oh, I have prestidigitationed it, so it's so good.
Dave, I think is there just slowly like pushing this ogre back and forth. It's taking a lot of effort because she's a tiny bird and not super strong. But as she does this, her face is just kind of going backwards and forwards, and her eyes are wide as she's looking at this food bowl approaching. And she will eventually let go of her swaying little routine and just hold out her hands like a starving orphan Oliver. Please, Tazzy.
Here you go, Dave.
And your eye will catch the stack of letters again. You've left most of them in a pile. You only opened two. One that sits separate is the one with Samil's crest on it. For some reason, it seems to have fallen away from the rest.
I'll grab it on my way. Like, I've got Mage Hand carrying one of the other bowls. The other two are crooked from my arm. Like, proper, like, waitress skills going on here. And I pick up the letter with the other hand and then head down to the cellar. I've got food here for you two and our guest. If you would like it.
I mean, I won't say no.
Well, by all means, begin. Didn't make it to be looked at.
Thank you, my beautiful lady. This is a feast Fit for the gods.
Please, my brother is an actor. I'm immune to this sort of thing.
It is a wonder you do not have any more suitors. Oh.
It really isn't. And you know why. Anyway, Fausha, this is for you. I'm just gonna open some mail. We had rather a lot while I was out. You two carry on.
Arguing?
Well, not arguing as such, you know, a mixture of nursing and interrogating in a constructive, non-argumentative manner.
Okay.
And also eating as well, because you need to keep your strength up.
One of us could be the merchant and the other could be the orc. And when he's the assassin, then one of us... Huh? That is the kind of interrogation I understand. I say, grabbing my plate of food.
As long as you can get this chap to be able to find his voice, you guys can go ahead, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh god. Oh, using orc interrogation methods, this could be hilarious.
I will be watching, however.
I
possibly.
mean, he is the orc and I am the merchant because I'm healing him, right? So that's obvious. Obviously.
Uh-huh.
We do need to get him talking soon. And Redleaf's gonna whisper to Taziel, it's Samniel's in dire need.
And I just rip open the letter, like, all right then. We received this while we were away. And I kind of motion for him to read it with me.
Okay.
So the letter reads, Tazian Rapture. Daddy's home. Daddy's home and we're playing house. I hope your holiday goes well. Do be sure to send me a postcard as soon as you can. We have much to talk about, and I can't wait to hear where you've been. Signed, Samil.
Is this in Thieves' Cant code?
It's not Thieves' Cant, but it is a code. A DC 2 intelligence check would reveal that this is in code.
Okay. I want to try to decipher the code.
I think it would be more fun if you all did it together.
Meanwhile, Dave upstairs has slept and munched and swallowed a lot of the stew. She's kind of checked the ogre to see if he is stirring and seems hungry, and if he hasn't, she finishes the bowl and she's gonna tuck herself into his other arm and take a nap because she's tired. She's had a long day. She's done a lot of magic. She's done a lot more magic today than she has for a long, long time. And, you know, the egg's safe. It's warm here. She's been fed. Her ogre's safe. She's going to know if anything happens because she's right there. So she's going to just curl up and tuck herself in.
Yeah, getting in with the ogre and everything in your nest. Beautiful. Beautiful. Are you sitting yourself on the egg?
I think maybe just kind of like cuddled up to it, like her like wings are on it. Because I think if she sat on it, she couldn't really fall asleep. She'd probably fall off. It's a little bit awkward, but she's definitely tucked up with it. And she's gonna aim for a long rest. She has no idea we might be about to go out, so that's her aim. She's like, I'm in bed now. Tazzy says we're locked up for the night. I'm gonna sleep.
Okay. So, yeah, Dave can begin to rest upstairs.
Looking at this note.
And meanwhile, in the cellar, Forsha is going to eat as well. And because she always likes her stuff really well done, she's basically taking everyone in hand and to the point of charred.
Now it's interesting though. Despite you charring it, I'm guessing that Tazzy's prestidigitation would still make it taste the same way. So like you'll be burning it and burning it and burning it, but it doesn't taste any more burnt.
What is wrong with this food? I rather had a mango cocktail.
Oh, okay then.
It does not taste like right.
Then I will have it if you're going to be ungrateful.
No, it's all right. I mean,
No. You make some of the best food I've ever had. You apologize this instant.
I just said I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness,
Again.
you two are so dysfunctional. It's fine. It's fine. I tell you what.
I like it
tell you
well
what,
done.
what flavor-
You
what
know?
flavor you like it
Yeah,
well
just
done?
a hint of ash. That is perfect then.
All right, I haven't really done this before, but
I can do it. I tried. I mean,
You
look
want
at
her
it.
to
It's already
burn the
charcoal.
food?
and I will precipitate like this carbonated, I guess.
Has anyone ever met one of those
Please, yeah.
people who's obviously grown up with someone who cooks in a very specific way that to a lot of people isn't great, but that's just how they like their food, and they really struggle when they're introduced to new flavors and things, and they're just like, I just really wish this was lumpy mashed potatoes. That is all that would make me happy in this moment. And they're trying so hard, and they're like, I just want lumpy mashed potatoes.
I just want burnt food, please.
Yeah, damn.
Alec
So,
would burn meat. Just on the crisp, I'm just saying.
It's just well done.
as I
And,
desperately try to claw us back towards the plot, because I actually have one for once. The letter! It's calling out to you, in Elven if you wish. Read me. Decipher me!
I don't speak Elven. That's so sad.
You don't.
No,
You're
I
the
don't
worst
speak
fate
Elven.
warlock ever.
Look,
Not
he
even
taught me the
Sylvan.
important things. I can
What?
speak Celestial. Is that any good to you?
My father's Fey. You don't speak Celestial.
No, but it's a good trick at parties if no one else can speak Celestial.
It's musical. I'll give you that. But this note and
Yes.
On the feet as the plot runs away.
I don't understand. What is this about?
I'm trying to focus on this note, guys. Please.
Redleaf is gonna hold it up to a light and try to see if there's any like hidden words on it or any scratches.
There is not, no. You have everything that you need there in that bit. Deciphering it between you should reveal...
Is there? I mean, have we received correspondence from Samuel before?
You have, but it's usually very plain. It's not usually in code.
No. All I'm saying is, does he usually use like very proper punctuation, that sort of thing?
I guess he does. It's not like pitch perfect. He's got a very flowing hand that goes with his that sort of goes with his nature, but when it comes to punctuation and spelling, it's not the best. So it looks very nice.
It looks like his normal writing style.
Looks like his normal writing style, very almost calligraphic writing, but the spelling and punctuation is typically, I'd say Samil typically not quite right.
Well, I mean, he hasn't finished his sentences properly. And there's not an apostrophe right there. I mean, it says without an apostrophe, that to me says can't. That seems a bit on the nose, but still. I might be reading into this a bit much.
Can I
To me,
make
it sounds. To me, it sounds as if he was just worried, right? And I don't think he liked his father, from what he told me.
Can I investigate the letter? From what I know, being a spy of codes and secret passwords and all that stuff, would I be able to recognize the type of code this is?
Sure. Why don't you give me an investigation check? What we'll do is, if you guys give me investigation checks, I'll give you clues as to what he's hinting at. The problem you have here, Redleaf, is you are looking at this as though it was written by a master code writer or someone who understands codes at all, and it's not. It's been written by Samil, who doesn't really know much about codes at all, despite being a harper.
I think he wants us to just meet him at his place, or you two. He doesn't. He doesn't dare to mention me at all, which is fine. It's totally fine.
Hang
It's
on,
totally
something I'm missing here. Why Why is Samuel so critical to this? Why are we so concerned? He's just a guy who comes in and tries to schmooze quite a lot.
What's that?
Well, it's like when he was talking to you and he was eagerly trying to get you to dance with you.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
Are we in the same room as the bad guy right now?
Yes, you are.
Okay. We should talk about this upstairs.
All right.
I would also try to feed the bad guy little pieces to nourish him back to health.
Stuff it down his throat. Make sure he chokes on it.
I'm the merchant in this game, just so you know.
I will grab Redleaf by the arm and say, "Come on, dear, we're going upstairs. I'm pretty sure she can handle this without your assistance."
Yeah, like, so the softer things would be best. Like you say, this is Biff Bourguignon, so like the gravy and stuff would go. You could use a similar thing to the water, and yeah, you can leave him a cloth of it.
Yeah,
like he's just about got enough strength to like. Oh, you're gonna stay downstairs and feed him?
I'm going to feed him. Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, that seems the most efficient way to do this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can 100% feed him. Yeah. So Tazzy and Redleaf, you'll go upstairs. You'll see Dave sleeping on the bed with the ogre and the egg and the napkins and the spoons and the keys and the brass fittings and everything else.
A really expensive champagne bottle because I had a gold rim.
Well, firstly, I suggest we don't disturb our little friend. I think they deserve the rest. Goodness knows I'm very jealous right now. I would love to sleep.
Are all the windows closed and shuttered?
They would basically be all locked down. I've shut the place up.
Yeah, it's all closed. Yeah.
Who is Samuel to you?
Well, I didn't know this beforehand, but he's a harper. At least that's what I've been told.
Kept that one down though. I mean, obviously, I know you have to, but
we're not supposed to mingle unless there's something big going on. It keeps us set. It keeps us from getting infiltrated, but it looks like we have. It looks, from what I've been able to learn, the faceless ones control the Harpers now.
I see.
And they're keeping us all with orders, or they're trying to target people who do not do what they say. They're going after Harpers.
I see. Is that why they came here?
I think so. I think they were after Samuel. He got away, or this could all be a trap. This could all be a trap too. Because Samuel got away, but we didn't see him out there. And knowing what I know and my handler told me, he trusts Samuel, but this could also be a trap for everybody.
Well, I suppose at the very least we have that knowledge.
And there's a bigger problem. I have reason to believe that a man called Jarlaxle is leading the Faceless Ones, planning something big.
Right.
Do you know who that is?
I don't think that name means anything to me.
Scrat, as a character that's a spy, how much would I actually know about Jarlaxle? Because I know who he is, but I want to know how much my character would know.
The balance of player knowledge and character knowledge is up to you. I wouldn't like to determine that for you, because if you're going to find it difficult to play a character that knows less than you do about Jarlaxle, then I wouldn't like to put that pressure on you. So you can entirely decide how much you know about Jarlaxle.
Yeah, because I definitely wouldn't know where he's come from. I definitely would guess to where he's come from, but I don't know his background. I would know what most spies would know, that Jarlaxle is a extremely wealthy and dangerous gang lord, sometimes assassin, businessman. He's dubious. He's extremely charming from what I've heard, though I've never met him. But he's also in it for himself. And I know that he's been trying to push towards more power for himself. That's always what he's been up to, from all of his schemes and stuff.
I had familiarity with many of the street level gangs, but it's not a name I've come across before.
Jarlaxle is a drow. He's, I think, from Menzo Baronzon. He's not something you need to trifle with.
No, of course. Naturally, I never tend to see the higher echelons of the corruption down.
It's like you've heard the tales of Dritz.
Vaguely.
Like the stories.
I mean, of course, Rapture is all about his stories. I couldn't help but hear many.
He's from the same place, but if Dritz is an exception to the drow rule, Jarlaxle is very much not.
And you've supposed that he has infiltrated and taken control of your organization?
Yes.
All right, then this letter makes a lot more sense.
We need to talk to Samuel, but we need to make sure that it's not a trap. And if all else fails, we need to find somebody that can help. Maybe the Open Lord can help. I don't know.
I am 100%. I am ready to go into this and find someone else, somehow speak to him safely. But if I am going to, well, let's put it this way. I'm pretty good at breaking out of traps. Not subtly, like yourself, but I can do it. However, I have had a very long day, as have we all. And my capabilities are dampened by the fact that I need rest. But is it not safe to rest here anymore?
My gut tells me no. Stonegrave told me that the inn has been gone, so most people haven't paid attention to it, but that tells me that they have been watching the inn.
Right.
I think we need somewhere else to stay.
I have nowhere else. I never have. I know a few. I say that. Of course, I still know a lot of alleys. I still know a lot of bolt holes down near the docks. Unless they're filled with other wretched children of the city, they are probably still the last place any sane individual goes to look for someone. They aren't comfortable. They aren't pretty. But everyone will overlook them.
See what you can find. I'm gonna go scope out Samuel's place. It's better that one person get caught than all of us.
All right.
Find out what you know. What this assassin knows about Jarlaxle. And if you need to put the screws in him, do it.
The best ability I have regarding that man is, once he is healthy enough, I can track him for the rest of his natural life, presuming I don't accidentally kill him. Exactly, but it would involve turning him loose or at least in some way letting him roam or sending him back to where he came from, and then I'll find out exactly where that is.
I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know how cognizant he is, but we talked about Samael in front of him. If he's lucid enough right now to at least understand what's going on around him, and he gets back, and this isn't a trap, Samael could be in grave danger.
That's true.
And I, for one, would much prefer that face of his stay where it is.
I agree. I can't keep a man in my cellar forever.
You might need to kill him.
I'm prepared to do that if that's what it takes to protect this place and my family, which extends, of course, now to you, I suppose. I'll find out what I can. Again, I would be far more effective if I had time to rest. But I'll do what I can. Bear in mind, again, Rapture, with all his illusions and grandeur, has already tried this once, and we got barely anything from this man. And I'm at the end of my rope.
At the same time as well, it's already been 6 days. One more night to rest wouldn't hurt.
I thought I heard a bird.
Just another gentle nudge.
See what you can learn from him tonight. I'll go check out Samael's place after I get a little bit of sleep.
As long as there is always someone awake and aware to keep watch to wake the others, we should, at least for one night, be safe to rest here.
Yeah, I'm sure Gust and your familiar can watch out.
Ira's pretty good at that. If I ask him nicely. You've got to flatter him a bit.
At least this way I can regain some of my spell powers. Ever since the spell plague, everything's been wonky.
Well, I wouldn't know about all that, but I know that the what your father affords me isn't limitless, and I do need to rest.
All right, get some sleep. I'm gonna see what I can figure out.
All right, I might ask in that case if Fauja can take first watch of some form.
Okay.
I need to get changed out of these ridiculous ale-soaked clothes anyways. It's uncomfortable.
Garrett, can you please DM me the answer for this damn letter? Because I'm sick of staring at it now. I'm trying to figure out what the code is.
Certainly.
Thank you.
In fact, I can tell you all. Let's say you spend some time puzzling over it, and eventually you'll work it out one way or another. I won't make it be too painful. The daddy is a reference to The Secret.
That was what I was like. Who's daddy to Samuel?
I was like, is he?
Wait a second. How many siblings do I have? All over the place.
It's more that piece of the letter is directed towards you, Fauja. Daddy is home and we are playing house. He's saying the secret is with me and we are staying safe.
Ooh.
Redleaf, I hope you enjoyed your holiday. Send me a postcard as soon as you can. He knows you've been away. He needs to see you as soon as possible. I can't wait to hear about all the places you have been. I have urgent information to tell you.
Do we go tonight or not?
How many spells do you have left?
Right now? 1. However, if I take a short rest, I'll get 1 more.
That's...
I can power nap. I'm very good.
Let's do that.
Right.
I have power nap as well to use natural recovery because I am a druid of the land and can regain spell slots.
I have this image of Fauja and Taziel just kind of like slumped up against each other in the cellar, like.
Heads together. Power nap powers activate.
I used to be her nap buddy.
Oh,
and just
special
gonna be a one
feature is
tear.
Everyone's my nap
everywhere.
buddy. Wait a second.
It's like Red Leaf is just gonna have a small tear go down his face.
Just the one, single tear. Yeah.
Mhm. Things change.
Meanwhile, she's just like snoring her head off. She's not an elegant sleeper.
Okay, so you guys can take your power naps, take short rests. Dave, I think, is probably in for the long
I
haul.
need a long rest. to
Yeah.
get my
If you
sorcery-
take a long rest,
I can use my sorcery points to regen a couple of spell slots, but Dave.
I mean, ideally, I need a long rest as well to get
So-
some good juice back.
If it's okay with you, Dave, I will leave this up to the rest of the party as you've sort of fallen asleep. It'll be up to the rest of the party whether you let Dave take a long rest or wake her up early. Does that sound fair to you, Dave?
Why not? Why not?
She
all
clearly
take
needs
a
the
long
sleep.
rest, right?
She's
mean-
knackered.
As long as there's always someone to watch.
We have been gone for 5 days. What is a few hours more, right?
You're right, actually, Ira. And I pick my little golden snake off my shoulder. Would you be able to keep watch and wake me up if anything at all strange happens? Stranger than normal.
Its tail comes up and its tongue flicks out.
I can always count on you. You're the best.
I-
And I give him a little kiss.
I can meditate on the door. I'll keep my back to it, so if it moves, I'll be aware. Because with elves, they can meditate for 4 hours, but be aware of what's going on around them.
Mhm.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to have Red Leaf's back up against the door, just kind of like half sleeping.
Cool. So yeah, you guys can all wait until you get your long rest. Red Leaf, nothing happens whilst you meditate or during the time you're waiting for your players. There's no one comes barreling through the windows or knocking on the door. No more letters arrive or anything else like that. Yes, you can all wake up early in the morning as you all went to bed reasonably early in the evening. You probably wake with the sun rising.
So warm and nice.
I think instinctively, while she doesn't do a cock-a-doodle-doo, there is some dawn chorus type instinct in Dave as the light kind of hits her. And I think she actually is gonna start humming the song that was stuck in her head yesterday, that seems to be back in her head today, and start singing Fauja's Fire song as she kind of hops out of her makeshift nest and tucks the egg back up and checks on the ogre, checks out the beep beep tree.
That is a very good point, Dave. Let's go back quickly. Tweeter Vector made a donation. As you are asleep and you are dreaming that you are in an egg. You feel like there is another presence here. It hasn't got form at the moment, but you have that same maternal instinct over it that you have for most things at the moment. And you feel like you can communicate with it. Also, I think we'll choose this to be your 10 minutes when you can be an
I get to be my 10-minute Arakokoro moment. Okay. I think also because we're in Dave's head, so Dave knows what she means. Dave doesn't need to mimic. Dave would say hello and reach out a wing and touch the smooth inside of the egg.
You hear from behind you sort of like a...
Is this my egg? Is this an egg I made? And Dave is gonna begin to move around the space and to try and figure out what is going on.
Okay, so you don't feel as though you're trapped or anything like that. This is a nice, warm, comforting...
Yeah, it's like a comfy bubble.
This feels like an opportunity to communicate with your egg. it can't really talk back. It doesn't know the words. You
Mhm.
haven't taught it any, but
I think as that kind of dawns on Dave, what specific egg this is, and that knowledge, she will ask, "Are you all right?" And just try and get a feeling for the condition of the egg, because she had been told by the creepy nurse that she had to keep the egg very warm. And she's assuming that applies to this egg too, but she doesn't know.
you hear like a little chuckle. It's a happy sounding chuckle.
Yes. Happy baby chuckle. I'm down. And she says, will you be hatching soon? Fair. That's a complicated question. Are you like me?
You feel warmth as like something like snuggles into you.
And I think like that's as far as like Dave's questions go, and she's just like reassured. There's just like good feelings about this place that she's in and what's going on, and I think that's like a major reassurance for Dave, in that, you know, this isn't some weird monstrosity that's been implanted in her or anything.
Looks like I got a new friend.
And it's like just a nice dream. It's like being in that perfect nap place in the afternoon. It's like nice and warm and calm, and happy little chuckling egg spirit is there, and that's fine.
Yeah. Lovely. Okay, so we'll go to the morning now. Sorry, maybe let's say you've all woken up. Maybe one person can be late. You can decide that amongst yourselves. How do you want to proceed? We'll be wrapping soon, so how would you like to proceed to go and visit Samil?
Get up, something to eat, and then go.
Yeah.
Do we want
And maybe
all of
be
us to go
sneaky.
there, or do we have one person go and the other people be nearby in case something bad happens?
We could do it the right way and go over the roofs so no one sees us.
I feel like
It's the middle of the day.
Dave, when Faja and everyone gets upstairs, sorry to interrupt, is like getting ready to go to work. She thinks she's gonna go to the Glassmakers Guild.
Oh no, yeah.
Been there for a
We
while.
might need a conversation.
Plan.
Dave, there's a change of plans. We need to go to the man that came in here and sat with us and had dinner with us, right? The one that I sung with outside? Somewhere? The
If
secret
you
is
make
with
amends
him.
with an apology, then walk with blind ignorance. Dave does an imitation of Samil,
Mhm.
who I completely
Yes.
forget what he sounds like, but I have snooty Englishman written down.
Red
so-
Leaf remembers. Red Leaf remembers fondly.
Exactly, that's the one. I think the secret is with him.
Ahmed.
Yes.
It could be a trap.
It could be a trap, yeah.
Could well be a trap, but at least we have our full faculties with us.
There are assassins afoot.
Oh,
Maybe.
hold on, before we go, I'm just gonna write a note to Rapture in case he arrives whilst we're out.
Dave is busy sizing up the doorway and the bed with the ogre and the egg.
There is no way.
I know.
No way in hell.
I would like to make sure that the assassin is well bound and everything and well fed so he doesn't
Die while we
perish while we are gone.
Yeah, you
But-
can do that. Yep.
So, and
Fine.
otherwise I'm ready to go.
We need a plan. We can't just walk in right a day, and the rooftops sound good, but it should be night if we do that.
All right, let's pose this another way. We have different strengths in this little group. My strength has always been hiding in plain sight, so to speak. Simply, if you act as though you know exactly what you're doing, if it's just another day. I mean, Samael and I have frequently corresponded. There's nothing strange about myself going to see this man, especially with Fauja, who has already received a casual invitation to come for a, well, not a date as such, but
Give us a business card.
exactly, he's already invited us.
Yes, he did.
Of course, if you wanted to stick to the shadows and keep an eye on us, maybe that's the way it should go. Maybe you.
They might have you guys tagged or marked, and I don't want you guys getting hurt.
If they try to hurt us, I'm going to hurt them more.
Yes, I think myself and Fausha can at least take care of each other in that regard.
Oh, and by the way, I forgot to roll. I need to roll for this. Yeah, Red Leaf is actually back to her normal self, Autumn. Feminine,
you were
5'1".
so tall before. Now I have to look down like this again.
Don't.
But it does mean I can stroke your hair like much more easily, and it's so soft.
Be glad that I wasn't sad, or else I would have gone winter.
Yes.
Anyways, are we going to that mansion or not?
I think we should go.
Yeah.
Yes.
We need to decide if we're all going in there, though. Are we all just marching up to the front?
Marching up to the front door has always served me right. At the end of the day, I can bullshit my way through most scenarios.
Dave is still slightly confused about why we're going to go see Samael, but she's down. She, having decided the ogre's not going to fit through the door, is now wrapping the egg up back into the trash receptacle we found. She's adding in the spoons and the champagne and the other things that make up for our current little nest.
Red Leaf will relay the info to Dave and Fauja on why they need to go there, what's probably being planned. She'll tell them about Jarlaxle and the Faceless Ones and the Harpers and all that. So
You're muted. Screwed.
Excellent. So as you guys do all these preparations, they may all go as you wish. You can head out and begin heading towards Samil's place. Perhaps not fully defined on their plan. Perhaps you have decided. We can discuss that in between sessions. However, as you step outside, Fauja and Taziel, could you please both make me wild magic surges? The number is currently 601, I believe.
Okay.
That's such a nice number.
602.
602. That's a 282.
308.
Excellent.
I feel like we get a lot of like 250 to 280s. I don't know why.
Fauja, please re-roll. I'm bored of that one. It's happened too many times.
Oh, I knew it
That
was.
one comes up a lot.
Yeah.
What is it about 282?
Be something in the algorithm.
It's 146 now.
146, lovely. And 308 for Tazzy. Interesting. Do you know what? I think we'll do that one now. We'll have a look at 146, see what that one is.
Okay.
Ah, lovely. This is a wild magic surge that killed someone in another session recently.
Oh shit. Yes.
It's not the fireball, is it?
No.
Is it the melting one or no?
No, it killed them in roleplay.
Okay.
Not mechanically. It killed them in roleplay. Taziel, as you are walking, you are troubled from your dreams last night. Maybe it was the whole Dave thing. Maybe it was something else. Maybe you're feeling a little maternal or jealous or something like that. Who knows? But you had a dream about giving birth.
No, that is a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute nightmare. That is one of Taziel's worst fears in the universe.
But not only that, maybe it was Fauja talking about the desert so much. But what you ended up giving birth to was a cactus.
That's such a bad dream. But at the same time, I kind of have to look after the cactus.
You kind of what?
I kind of have to look after the cactus, though.
Yeah. So you have this this dream. Tell us, how does Tazzy feel through this dream?
A general terror in every sense. Like, no, I was going to live my life. I had so many places to go. So much to see. No, I'm stuck with a cactus the rest of my life. And it's not even a very pretty cactus. It's so ugly. This is what I look like. Who's the father? Just so many things.
Yeah. And unfortunately, when you wake, fortunately, the cactus was just a dream.
Oh man, it's one of those when you wake up and for a moment you're like, that happened, and then, oh my god, it didn't happen. Thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly like that. Although you can't help but feel an itchy feeling around the relative parts, like a phantom itch.
I'm just like marching as hard as I can, focused on task at hand, self-distract. We're going now.
Excellent, and that is where we will wrap. The cactus itch is the line we will wrap up on.
Is that going to be the cry for the raid?
It's a good question. What will be our raid cry as we wrap up? So let's go round. Let's do our usual wrap up, guys. Tell me what your favorite part was, who you are, where we can find you online, and also this week, give me any feedback you have on the break system if it worked for you. And chat, I'd be interested to hear that from you as well. So we will start with Chorus. Oh, hi, Chorus.
Hey guys, my favorite part of the session was probably the ogre just laying there with the egg. That was probably my best favorite to realize that you guys brought an ogre with you. That I was so privy to. I was like, what in the world's going on? But as far for me, I'm Cross RPG. You can find me on twitch.tv and twitter.com at CrossRRPG. I like to talk about D&D. I am a DM for the Soulbear RPG Twitch channel, which I run a game for them, which is a sword and sorcery, low fantasy kind of meat grinder game on Saturdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I also have another project which I'm not allowed to say until tomorrow, but if you're interested in finding out what that is, just check out my feed tomorrow and you'll find out. But that's all for me.
Yeah, hang on, I'm hastily putting your links in chat. So that's Twitter. Copy that. And you said it was Soulbear RPG, right? Soulbear. That's not how you spell bear, that's how you spell bear. There we go. So, next around we will go to the wonderful Rachel, who plays Talinia. Oh, who plays Talinia? Who plays Taziel, who is also known as Talinia. Yeah, so many T's.
Yes, hi, I'm Rachel. My phone is being loud, sorry about that. So yeah, favorite part of today's session. I mean, I do very much enjoy Falja and Redleaf's arguing because it's always fun to try and break it up. You've always got to have some rivalry in the parties. I really enjoy the break system because it allowed me to go and restart my router because my internet connection is particularly unreliable, so it's quite useful in that regard. And other points in the week, on Mondays, I play Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition at our channel Blood on the Thames. And we've just finished season 1. It ended disastrously for me. Badly in almost every respect. My character is emotionally destroyed right now. But it's going to be great. We're starting our season 2 after a week break. But a week's break, we are uploading some cool special episodes and stuff. That's going to be fun. On Friday, I am popping up on Encounter Roleplay to talk more about Vampire the Masquerade, especially character creation, I think, which I am so excited for. It's going to be awesome. So that'll be great. I also do a lot of D&D artwork. I've been pretty rammed with commissions actually, which is fantastic. And I love you all so much for all of it. It's been wonderful, so thank you. But they might be opening up in the foreseeable future. And lastly, I also make Dungeons and Dragons themed jewelry because apparently I don't already have enough going on in my life. So that's basically me. Thanks again, guys, for a wonderful session.
Thank you.
Rachel, what is your shop information for your jewelry? I've had
Oh, yeah.
about it.
So
and I couldn't find it.
I thought I had my links on my Twitter, but apparently I have too many links to keep in one place right now. My shop's on Etsy. It's called Selkie Cove.
If you could post the link in chat, that'd be great for us.
Yeah,
please, Rachel.
I will do that.
And in the meantime, let's go round to Tahina Andale.
Hey everyone, I'm Tahina. You can find me on Twitter at Tahina_Andale or at the Mage College, where Archmage Derek, my good friend, and his wonderful wife, Kana, are creating content for D&D 5th edition. Last out were Children of the Night, Dampier Race, and the character Follow Anya. And next out will be Golden Eyes Guide to Warlocks, which will come out in December. And when I'm not rolling dice here, I usually would roll this weekend for Tomb of Annihilation, but I'm gone. So my next game will be Curse of Strahd next Monday. We just finished Jester Hill, the fight with the big bad tree. So we were quite successful, and I'm looking very much forward to the shenanigans that Glass and Gadgets is going to put on us next. And my favorite part today, I have to say, in a certain sorcery game, I do love scientific approach to things. So the whole, I'm going to breathe lightning at the beep 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 plug. I adored that. That was amazing. And I really liked the breaks because I thought it was nice to chat with chat and talk about what classes would you be in real life and what Hogwarts houses would you be in and stuff like that. So it really had to decompress in the middle, I thought. That was very nice.
Fantastic, thank you. Last but most certainly not least, we have the probably one of the best Wild Magic Surge DMs on the channel at the moment, easily. Charlie, oh hi.
Oh, hi. I mean, Wild Magic Surges are a lot of fun. Right, Scrat? Nothing terrible happens to anyone's characters when Wild Magic Surges happen. My favorite parts, I really enjoyed Falja and Redleaf having a heart-to-heart, which was both loud and obnoxious, as it was delightful. And I loved Taziel doing her best to be a really good host and having to put up with the worst house guests you could have. Somehow getting food and wine so she could open her business and keep things going. Somehow coping with the fact her brother has once more disappeared into the ether. I appreciated very much that we had a puzzle to solve today, even if we didn't solve it by ourselves. I did enjoy staring at that while Dave was having her nap. And yeah, I always love what chat contributes in the form of Wild Magic Surges and the items. We were discussing that in our break with Tahina, and I really like the new break system because it meant I could go to stretch and have a drink and things. So yeah, I am at Frost and Fire on Twitter. I DM here Call of Cthulhu on Mondays in the 1 p.m. slot, same slot as this game is on Tuesdays. And then I'm here playing the Kenku on Wednesdays. I'm on Encounter Roleplay, playing some Warhammer. Thursdays, I have a Monster Hearts game starting up this week, and Fridays I have Roll Up, which is 10 p.m. UK, 5 p.m. EST, and Rachel's on this week. We're talking vampires. I'm very excited about that. And then there's Invisible Sun on Grimjack's channel. I do have my full schedule posted up, pinned on my Twitters. And I have a very exciting Academy game coming up that I'm really looking forward to because I get to play Call of Cthulhu. And I'm sure Scrat's going to do a lot of announcements about that. The Academy is really great because people get to try out DMing, people get to try out playing, and it's always a really good weekend. So keep an eye out for those details.
This Academy coming up on the 17th is very new DM focused. We've got 4 games, all run by DMs who are either new to streaming or new to DMing altogether. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Shall we give away some little bits of Dave?
Oh yeah, hang on, let's go and find that. Where is that? Over here. So yeah, those of you, look, we'll do another call for it now. If you want to get in on our the giveaway of the Little Books of Dave. I should have made an announcement or something during the game. Please type Fire Baby in the chat, just like that. If you type Fire Baby, you will have a chance to win. I will give you a couple of minutes while I do my wrap up. So guys, we have social links. Go and check them out. Discord for community. Twitter to get into a game. Send me a DM and I'll get you into one of our future seasons. It may not happen straight away. And YouTube to go and catch up on this and all our other shows. We also are full-time. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful donations and support today. You can see the donation bar below, Falja. We are just about over halfway, I think. Maybe, well, or would bang on halfway, somewhere around there. So thank you so much for all of your support. What else have we got? We've got Patreon. You can head over there and check out some free articles. The last one was by Archmage Derek himself, and it was about minimal prep DMs versus big prep DMs and how improv is a big part of both styles of play. It's a good read, and it's only about 500 words, so it only take you about 15 minutes, and you could learn something. Also, you can support us over there from as little as $1 and get access to our exclusive content. We've also got merch. Go and check that out. Get the logo in your life. We also have sponsors in the form of Bird in the Storm Publishing. All of their t-shirts and mugs, their proceeds are 100% to charity, and they support us every month. They'll be bringing content to us in January. We also have Mage Hand Press. If you tune in on Thursdays at 1 PM EST, you will see us playing their D&D 5e space reskin called Dark Matter, and if that sounds like something that would float your boat, tune in, but also check out their free review and pre-order material in the links there. Now, it looks like something to do with Cactus Itch is going to be the raid cry. So I think we got that Cactus Itch.
No Cactus Itch.
There we go. That's going to be the raid cry today.
That makes my insides sad, Scrap.
Well, but it only happens to you. Anyone else reading this doesn't know where that saying came from, so it's okay, you know? There we go.
That millennial need for succulents and cacti.
Yes, that's exactly it. We just got we just got a need. We just got a need. So we're gonna roll the. I'm gonna roll the competition now. So
It is a celestial cactus.
Very important to define this.
Derek wins a little book of Dave, and one more too, right, Charlie?
One more, and then we will give away the final Little Book of Dave on the Twitters for people who cannot watch live. So keep an eye on Scrat's Twitter, because that's where you're going to get the chance. If you're watching this on the VOD, watch
Fantastic. So last one, Rachel.
Well, I mean, she gets a booklet with her art in it, so that's exciting.
Wow, that's actually, like returns. Can't believe it.
Awesome. So there you go. Some may say rigged. I say no. Awesome. Congratulations, Rachel. Yeah, that's everything. So we've got our raid war cry. We've got everything. Today, we're going to go and raid the wonderful Fremily, who are playing the new game out, Red Dead Redemption. They're British streamers. They are a couple. They're a married couple who stream together every day full-time. And I really enjoy hanging out in their chat. So let's go and show them some support. I'll get that cooling down right now. So remember, we are full-time. We stream Mondays to Thursdays, 1 PM, 6 PM, and 10 PM EST. Fridays, 1 PM and 8 PM every other week. So look forward to seeing you in every stream. Guys, we'll be back next week with more of this, and here all week with all of these shenanigans and all of these shows. We're loving it. I love being full-time. I love you all for helping and supporting me, and we'll be back soon. Keep on evoking emotions. We'll be back at 6 PM. Bye!
Bye.